There we go.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome. Hey, YouTube. I know. I totally know that people are going to be asking, how do you do hair? How do you do hands? How do you do eyes? I know that those are very common questions. Anime art tutorials. So, let me just draw a quick little doodle. Let's do a Mickey, Devil Mickey as a little starting point, a little warm up. Although I have been warming up already, but I always like having like a little doodle on the side to cheer me up.
Hello, YT. How are you doing?
Hi.
What is everybody up to today over there? Yeah, we've been getting a little bit carried away.
Yeah.
Before what we do is we go live on TikTok, do a little bit of Draw Me, and then we go live on YouTube and switch to whatever our daily task is. But we get carried away.
Yeah, we do.
Because there's too many cute characters, and so we end up going live late, and then everybody's waiting for the stream to start on YouTube. Like, are they late? What happened?
I know. Okay, it won't happen again.
No, it's all good.
How to draw chibis? Chibis are fun. We could do chibis. How do you do clothing folds? We do get those questions a lot too. Okay, we can do some chibis. I'll just kind of write a little note for myself.
How to make eye symmetrical.
Eye symmetrical is good.
Yes, this is really good exercises for that.
Yeah. Symmetrical eyes. Okay, I'll do these two first. Not to say that I'm going to write all the topics, but I think chibis are fun because a lot of people like them. I think as long as your head is... Hey, don't. You hear that, chat? Applejack has come to mess around. He's crossing his legs. As long as your head is much bigger than your body, like, that's a chibi, right? But when it starts getting to more like... The body is larger. The body is yeah. When this starts to look less like a chibi, like this is starting to get more like a realistic proportion. So make your head abnormally big, and then the body is very simple. Is Applejack just being a nuisance right now? I'll do a quick chibi. The quickest chibi that I can do for you guys, that takes the shortest amount of time, is you draw a chibi head and you make sure that your bottom is flat. It's almost like a little marshmallow, right? So like, here's a marshmallow. I need to make a stubbier marshmallow. This is the bottom half of a chibi head. Almost looks like a Lego block. And then your chibi head is very, very round at the top. That's kind of what I remind myself sometimes of.
Forgot I had this.
And then the body can be whatever. Ooh, that's a cute drink. Head anatomy. That one's kind of fun.
Posing dynamic poses.
Posing dynamic poses sounds fun.
Yeah, posing dynamic poses is pretty good.
So what I do for a chibi body is I'll draw like a little cone that's kind of soft and round on the bottom. And I'll draw extra cones attaching to the bottom and to the side. And this is the easiest chibi, in my opinion. I draw this constantly. It's great for a lot of things. And if you want to like pose it in different ways, it's great for that as well. Like you can just draw like another cone like this and then attach the cones on the bottom flat to draw like a little sitting pose like this. And you got a really cute chibi like this. Oh.
Yes, they are son and mother.
They're son and mother. Help.
I love your propeller hat. I'm glad you like it.
That's honestly a first.
I think it was the second.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it happened one other time. It's so funny.
Yeah. All right.
Symmetrical eyes?
Symmetrical eyes is great. People don't realize... so do you mean symmetrical eyes from the front view or from the 3/4 or whatever?
Well, we could probably start with the front and move on to
Yeah,
3/4.
we'll do that.
There's
so,
a good progression of exercises as well for this.
Yeah. Here, you can show it if you want.
Are we going to do the Colton method?
Yes, we're doing the Colton method.
Okay. So, what you can do to practice symmetry is draw a vertical line. All right? The best line that you can draw. And then put a dot. All right? And now try to put a dot on the other side just as far away. like this, all right? And so what I do is I look right here.
Oh,
See, it's already a
it's cute. It's already a cute.
it's already a head, right?
Okay.
But anyways, I look at the middle, and then I move my pen over here and I draw it, and I try to gauge this distance here as the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you do it again. And you can make a triangle. So maybe right here and right here. And I check the distance between this. I check the triangle right here. This is what you do. You're going to be doing this in your head later, but you're not actually going to be drawing it. Or you're not going to be drawing all these dots, all right? And then you can do another one, like a third one. The thing is that people are really good at telling the difference between triangles.
But not so much when it becomes more complicated.
Yes. So we don't want to get distracted by the fact that these are eyes. We want to be able to gauge midpoints. So you practice with triangles, right? And you can do it again. Like this. This is the part that everybody wants to skip because it's not pretty. But this is the part that actually makes you be able to do it. See, that one to me feels just a little bit not quite far enough. Maybe like there. Then you can do it again. You could put one there. You could put one here. Right? And what I do is I tend to look at this center line. And out of my peripheral vision, I see this white space right here. And I kind of gauge whether it's the same. Like if I drew this, obviously this space and this space are unequal.
Yeah.
I want them to be equal. This is for like front view faces, okay?
Front view faces.
Right? And then we could do another triangle, maybe like this. And I come over, Marco Polo, right? Here's the midpoint. I check this and I go, if I come straight down, this one's a little bit in. So if I come straight down, this one could be just a little bit in. See? And if I come straight over, this one's up. And if I come straight over, this one's up. So you use these points to gauge proportional distance to each other. Now, if you can draw two triangles in perspective, right, you could go, oh, maybe like, okay, so maybe we'll start here. We'll come down about this far, and we'll come back to here. See?
Oh, now they're more like eyes.
Yep, and you could put a line right here.
Ooh, and a line,
right
there.
here.
And notice how he's actually working on both eyes at the same time.
Yep, I'm going back and forth between the eyes. You obviously can draw one and then the other. But, and then what I do is I gauge this curve. Now I go, okay, let's say I have a curve. And I go, maybe it's thickest right here. And then it kind of thins out as it goes down, right? So the thickest point, the apex, is maybe like right here. And then it thins out, and then maybe I have a lash. And it comes down like this, and a couple more lashes. And something, I don't know, maybe like this, right?
Ooh, look at that.
So I think about, again, we're really good at gauging triangles, right? So like, look at this triangle. Right? That's like the end of the eyelash. Look at this up here, right? So what I'll do is I'll just kind of mirror that, and I'll go, well, the thickest point is like right here. And then it kind of thins out a little bit as it goes down here, and I'll draw a triangle. Right? We can draw this and this. We can always move these closer together. They're a little bit far apart. I wasn't actually planning on turning these into eyes.
Well, they look like eyes now.
Right, we can do that. We can do that. Look, we get a highlight. Boop. The highlight and the eye, you want to be on the same side. So we don't want to mirror that, right? So if there's like two eyes, and the highlight's right there, we don't want it to be like this.
Cross-eyed.
Right? We want it to be like this. Because the light is coming in, and it's reflecting off of the ball, right? Like highlight on the ball. If you take another ball, the highlight doesn't change sides.
Yep.
So
a lot of people are asking about hair.
So
Should
what
we
you can
cover
do?
some hair later?
Yeah, we could cover hair later.
All right.
So what you can do is you can go, oh.
Ooh, eyelid. And look how the eyelid actually follows that like lash line shape. I find that is super useful.
Yep. All right, we could do that. Things take time to cover, though. If you want to cover something properly, it takes a little bit of time. It's less beneficial to jump around super fast between things. Mm-hmm. Right?
Oh,
There's
so
a couple
pretty.
of eyes, and now what we can do is we can just take this one, move it in a tiny bit. We could take this one, maybe move it in a tiny bit. And then we can get the eyebrow. And what I like to do is I kind of come up in this direction and place a dot. And we can, again, use that same triangle, right? Come up in this direction. We gauge the white space here and here. And we put a dot. And then we could do another curve, right? We could do this. We could do...
That's a pretty one.
we could do that.
Realistic eyes would be the same. You're working with like shapes as well.
It's just symmetry. This is symmetry. These could be anything. This could be, you know, anything symmetrical. Right? And we just match that angle. We come up here and we go, oh, okay, maybe where is this? Okay, so this is straight up from there. So I'll go, all right, maybe on the other side we go straight up from here. This point is a little bit more forward.
Can you do a softer brow shape? Yeah, you basically just like curve the points instead of making it sharp. That's really it.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the subject matter. This is a
Yeah.
technique for making things symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's like gauging negative space, like point to point to point to point. Like this doesn't have anything to, like, these could be butterfly wings. These could be anything symmetrical. And yeah, that's like how I like to teach symmetrical drawing. And you do this a bunch of time, right? Like you do this like whatever 50 times, and you'll get better at it as time goes on.
Mm-hmm. You will. And yeah, like when you place it on a head, like this right here is your center line. And then you place your eye line, generally like how your eyes are going to be situated. And then you can just draw like a shape.
Yeah.
Like this. And then try to replicate that on the other side. So you can start with the easiest point, like this.
Yep. It's perfect. You start with one point, and then it's like you go down.
Yeah, and then you go down.
Up and to the left.
Mm-hmm.
You go down and to the left.
And then
It's
you look
perfect.
at these points right here, because this tells you like how far you should put your eyes. Like, because I know that my eye is not going to go past here. Although I know that some styles do. But, you know, for in this case, we're going to keep it symmetrical to the shape. And then, like what Colton did earlier, you just add more detail. You thicken lash lines a little bit. You add irises and pupils and stuff. And that's how I would do eyes symmetrically. And how we both would do eyes symmetrically, because it's a really good exercise. And then this is where you can like stylize the eye and not add all the lines. You could like use a little bit of these spaced out lines to imply the shape instead of directly drawing it. There we go. You can see that we're working with both eyes at the same time, so we're not like putting all our effort into one eye and then like our other hand just doesn't want to work. We're evenly spacing out the amount of mental energy that this takes. And then you got our nose and mouth. I know that people have been asking about hair, and I would recommend guys to not spam too many questions, because we do see them. It just clogs up the whole chat and stuff.
Only one question can get answered at a time, and if
Yeah.
we don't answer a question thoroughly, it's not even worth answering a lot of the time.
Yeah. Like, this is where we have to pick and choose our questions
Hey,
that we
Fox.
answer. Hey, Fox.
Why does every time Fox joins, it reminds me I need to ping the Discord server?
Because she probably is always like, ping, ping.
Where was the ping? Yeah, well. Okay. Thanks.
I think a fun example of hair is thinking about them like bananas. You know how bananas come in like clumps like this, and they meet at a point, or they meet at like a little bunching area? That's what kind of hair likes to do. Hair likes to act like bananas, but they're just like flipped. Okay? So imagine if you want to draw hair, you start at a certain point on the head. Generally, you know, you can start with anywhere like around this section. Any lower is gonna be a little bit too close to the eyes. So here is like a point. We're going to draw a banana and have it wrap over the head. Over the head. So you can see that this banana is a 3D form. It's not a shape. It's not like you're not trying to do this. I know I've done this so many times where I would draw hair like this, but I'm not thinking about form. I'm thinking about shape. If you're thinking about form like bananas or ribbons, like, and you're finding out where they're all connecting to, then it'll feel more like hair. So like here's another banana and another banana. And this is the point where they connect, right? So it's basically like an inverse banana shape. Like this. And then you're just working with more and more layers. So like some people are too afraid to go outside the circle, so their hair looks like this.
It looks like they were driving really fast on a motorcycle and their hair is wet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
like
stuck to
stuck to the
forehead.
Yeah. So they really, some people don't really don't want to add depth here, but you kind of have to, because that's what hair does. Once you do this, ooh, now look how good that looks. And look, once you add a hairband, and add some extra overlaps like this, oh my gosh.
No way.
No way. We got cute hairstyle. Right. So really think about hair as not shapes, but as forms. You're using shapes to tell, like, and give the illusion. That's really what it is.
The more you're able to separate yourself from the subject matter of what you're drawing, the more like versatility you're generally going to have.
Yeah.
Like if you're able to make a drawing and disconnect yourself from the thing and instead think about the forms, you're able to like switch back and forth between those two, it's going to help a lot.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Like that's really big.
Absolutely. And you can even do another one where if you really get bogged down by all the strands, you can start with the blob. Like you can just start with something like this mushroom. Hopefully this works. Yeah, it works.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Colton, may I ask what tablet you use with Photoshop and is it worth investing in? I mean, for me personally, it was worth it. I got an Intuos Pro Large because my wrist started to hurt when I draw on stream because I have to draw on a really small area of the screen. But that's not a problem that normal artists have. That's a problem that I have specifically because I stream.
Setup. Yeah.
But I like it. My normal setup, I have a Cintiq Pro 24 that's in my office. I love it, but they're like thousands of dollars. So for most people, probably not that practical. I would say the best tablet that I've used that is like a display tablet for the bang for the buck is like a Canvas 16. Huion Canvas 16 probably.
Yeah.
But I haven't tried XP Pen, so I can't speak for that.
So here, this is where you're thinking about the form and the general shape, but you're not like adding detail, but you're kind of subtly implying detail by adding like smaller strokes on the outside. You know, you're like, oh, maybe it's kind of straight on this side. Blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
I cover this a lot. I think it's a great way to add depth, and then you can always detail and pick the strands that you want to, you know, put in front.
Oh, we love Huion. Yeah, Huion's great. They the Huion tablets that we have, they sent us for free. They reached out over email and were like, "Hey, can we send you a tablet? You can make a video on it."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah."
We cover a lot of hairstyles for different age groups and different genders in our anime art school. Like this is like using the same method, but also the same principles for like men. You know, curly hair, straight hair, spiky hair, short hair for women, all that stuff. This is all using that silhouette method and also those concepts of like form and overlaps. So like you can kind of start with really whatever. Oh, this one's one of my favorites from the class, but Ana, you know, you can create a variety of hairstyles.
You
with
can
all
literally
these.
hear the voice of all of them.
Really?
Like,
Yuki. And this one?
Oh, hi. Ada.
I see.
I see. Hey, chat.
Hi, chat.
Hi, chat.
Okay. How much is the school? It is $497. It is like an art college. So it's a collection of different classes that are separated into weeks, and then they cover all the fundamentals like perspective, bodies, hair, heads, color theory, painting, all that stuff. You can check it out here. It's called Anime Art School.
Yeah, the website is drawanime.com. It'll be the yellow button. What I looked away for 5 seconds and the hair that was like a mushroom turned into a good hair.
Yeah.
That is the 80-20 principle.
Yep.
80% of the hair, of the volume of the work, is going to be in that initial shape. And then the rest of the 20% is much less important.
Yep.
And so that's why it comes together so fast.
Exactly.
But like a lot of people, they focus 80% of their efforts on the 20% instead of 80% of efforts on the 80%.
Yeah.
Like 80% of your effort, put it here.
Yep, put it here. Silhouette.
Coconut head.
Coconut,
from
yeah, coconut.
Ned's Declassified.
No, but then, like, guess what? You can say this is not coconut head anymore because guess what? Now, you add a center part. You're just playing with shapes. You take this out, take that out. Maybe you add, like, an extra strand in here. This is how you work faster, by the way, because you're thinking big rather than super itty-bitty, like...
Yeah. It's the hierarchy of what you focus on.
Exactly.
So if you want to speed up...
Guess
focusing the majority of your efforts on that large, like, those large decisions will help a lot.
Yeah. You can, if you want to add a ponytail, like, to the side, you can just start with this, like, this really blocky shape, like this. And then you're like, this shape doesn't look very interesting. What can I do to make it look more interesting? Well, I can say, what if it sprouts out like this? What's the story behind this hair? Is this hairstyle supposed to be more energetic? Is this supposed to be more limp? Does this shape look interesting? Like, what if I curled it like this? You know, how does that feel? And then a lot of it is just like you make a decision and then you see how you feel about it. Like, this is like a little bit better, but I feel like it could be more interesting. But, you know, I don't want to have a lot of time to fix it all, but like, that's how I created something out of like a mushroom. Like, this used to be a mushroom. You wouldn't be able to tell, but you add different shapes and then it creates different things.
Yeah. What is it? 80% of the results come from 20% of the efforts.
Yeah, that's so true.
That initial 20% of the drawing, which is like large masses, is 80% of the hair. And then all that's left is detail.
Yeah, like, look. Now I actually have like decision-making room to say, oh, how do I want to break this up? Maybe I want to break this up like this is large, this is small. And that looks interesting. Or like, oh, what if we had another thing that popped out like this? Oh, that's cool too. But now I'm not focused on like trying to get the perfect line. I already have something to start off with.
You guys also do realism? Yeah.
Yes, we do.
A lot of realism.
This is a cool style, actually. And then line work. Like, the line work right here isn't just about like trying to get the perfect line. You're just trying to describe what's going on in the hair with line. But everything else is like mass, you know? And like, this is super fun. Like, you can create so many hairstyles with this technique.
The
mushroom
method.
The mushroom method.
It's funny. What do you think about drawing basics? Do you mean like the foundations, like fundamentals? That's pretty much all we talk about.
Yeah, that is all we talk about.
It's a very
fundamental. If we ever were to talk about style, it wouldn't be fair to leave out fundamentals, because in order to get a good style, you gotta know the fundamentals, right? So yeah, like, even when I'm working with line work like this, it may look like I'm thinking about detail, but in my head, I'm already thinking, oh, I know what this hairstyle is going to be. It's going to be this volume. It's going to be that volume. I'm just using line to describe it. Like, for me, I wanted, side parts. I'm still thinking in mass. I'm still thinking in overlaps. It just doesn't look like it because you're just seeing me draw lines. But I'm still thinking about the volume rather than thinking about, oh my gosh, what hairstyle should I do? I've already decided I'm going to draw a short hairstyle that clings to the neck. So what shape will that create? Well, maybe something that's very similar to this curvature, but maybe it flowers out right here. And now we kind of got like a tomboy hairstyle, perhaps. Unless you would call this tomboy or not, but depending on the hair or the stuff. You think things out. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like you think about what your next moves are as you keep drawing the lines. But like, some people, most people, I would say, are too tunnel visioned in like this current line, that after they do this line, they're like, what's my next move? I have no idea how to continue from this.
Thinking 5 steps ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like this line is clear. The next line is somewhat clear. The line after that is kind of clear.
Mm-hmm.
The line after that, you have a general idea of.
Yep.
It's not even. I wouldn't even say it's so much the lines. It's more like the overall impact and thing that you want to make.
Yeah. Why do anime noses look more like a dot? You know, that's a really good question.
I think they tend to mark out the tip of the nose.
Yeah.
Just they kind of like indicate it with a dot a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But they don't all. Like there's
Not
a
all
bunch
of
of
them.
there's a bunch of styles out there that don't indicate it with a dot.
Yeah. It depends because the nose is more of an accent to the face.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you punch the nose too much and describe everything, like you're gonna look at the nose more than what people want you to look at, which is the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've noticed with like anime girls, for example, is they'll make the eyes really pretty and detailed. They'll put a lot of like points to the eyes. But if they start like, okay, let me just draw like a really prettified anime eye, you know, with all the sparkles and cute stuff. And, you know, if I start drawing a realistic nose with a lot of detail, it starts taking away from your initial focal point. So what they instead do is they're like, we got to make it subtler. But the reason why they put a dot is because this is what the nose looks like in a in like a 3D view. They can do this in multiple ways. The dot just serves as a purpose to be like, okay, here's a nose. But look where I'm using this line to describe the nose. It's this tip of the nose right here. I can do this multiple ways. I can do it like this, and that'll be perfect. Doesn't take away from the overall image. I can do it like this, or add like a little triangle like this. That's another way to draw noses. You're showing the form, right?
You
so
can add like a side plane of the nose as well.
Yeah, like that, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Or like this. Like that's pretty good too. Like if you want a more pronounced nose. But notice it's extremely subtle. Doesn't take away from the eyes, which is the main focal point for this character.
Yeah. And
it depends on intention.
Yeah, definitely. And you'll notice that regardless of how she indicates the nose, it's always showing what's actually happening.
Yep.
Like it's never just a random shape that doesn't actually represent anything. Like one of them may be the plane that's being hit by light above.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it could be just like a triangle.
Yeah, let me show that real quick. So like pretend this head is all in shadow. You know what? I'm using a different brush. Screw this. Okay. Cleaning all this up. I wish I could work things faster sometimes. All right. And then you want to show the top of the nose with light? There you go.
Like, it represents something.
Exactly.
It's like our reference models.
Yeah.
Where are those at?
It's like these little guys.
I was gonna show the. Come on. Final reference photo. Where is it?
You make this look so easy. It's not easy when you don't know what you're looking for and you don't practice. So like we practice this a lot. We understand what's happening with the head. So like that's why we can do what we do.
Yeah, like you will see that you'll actually see this shape all the time on heads. Come on. That. It represents the part that is in shadow, or they'll do the same thing, except it will represent the part that's in light. Or, you know, maybe they'll go like that, like the light is coming from above and hitting that. You know what I mean? Like, or they'll just mark it off with a point. So it's like it represents a real thing. Like this is a real physical model.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can hold it in your hand, you can turn it around. It's not really just like an arbitrarily designed shape that doesn't represent anything. Now, obviously, the shape itself can be. See, there's that triangle of light.
Triangle. You know, you see this lighting angle so much. You know, that's what they're doing.
It's like everybody's showing the same things. They're just doing it differently, and it's never. I would say it's very, very, very rarely. Has no intention behind it.
Yeah. Yep. And there's multiple ways to describe noses. Like, artists do them in all different ways, but they're really describing the same thing, which is here's the plane of the nose.
And, like, you'll notice people will go like, oh, my gosh, I love the style of this artist's nose. And, like, when you're informed about it, you'll go, oh, that's cool. They're showing the little part that's hit by light. You know what I mean?
Or they're showing a little bit of the bridge of the nose like this. You know,
There's-
very, very popular Demon Slayer
Exactly.
style, right? Demon Slayer style has that nose.
The nostrils. Here's the specular highlight on the tip of the nose, represented as a triangle. And here's the bridge of the nose itself. All three of those things are real existing things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do inverted highlights.
Yep.
I learned about that at one point. People will draw the highlights, but it's inverted. So instead of making the highlight light, they'll make it dark, but it's in the same spot.
Yeah, it's like a shadow instead, you mean? No?
It's just they draw the highlight using black.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like if there were a ball.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like if there's a ball, they'll do this.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, it's like here's the ball, here's the shadow, here's the specular highlight. And instead of going like, instead of doing this, they'll just draw it like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty common.
A lot of people are asking about hands. Let me think. Should I go in the hands route or not? I have to think about more interesting ways to talk about hands instead of the same old thing.
Well, we could just direct them to one of our like
Yeah.
resources on hands.
Yeah. We have a hands video called How to Draw Hands. It's on our YouTube channel. Draw Anime Academy.
We also have multiple TikToks on hands.
Yeah, we do. Does your hand look like sausage fingers? Yeah, we have that.
Dishwashing gloves.
Dishwashing gloves. Yeah, that's right. Dishwashing gloves. We have that on our TikTok as well. So if you want immediate information, it's in our videos. It's on our channel. Check that out. Hands with arms are hard, low key. I totally understand that.
Totally agree.
Totally agree. Totally understand.
There is a technique.
There is a technique. Yes.
There is a technique.
Boxes.
Well,
Kind of.
kind of.
Yeah. What were you thinking about?
Cylinder to a box. Of
Yeah,
the wrist.
cylinder to a box on the wrist. Yeah.
The wrist is very much like a rounded box, whereas the forearm right here is much more like a cylinder.
So if your palm is a box, right, all you have to do is connect this box to that box.
Yeah.
And
Or
then
almost connected.
or almost connect it because there is like extra stuff in it. Right, so now this feels more like connected and you're not like, "Oh my gosh, wrist and hand, but why does it feel flat? Why does it feel weird?" It's because you're not thinking about form. Everything that you want to draw is about form. That's like the fundamentals of art. But I can't make the leap between a box and a body. I love how cool perspective warping looks, but I can't manage it. I've tried visualizing with boxes, but I can't make the leap between a box and a body.
There's like modifications.
Yeah.
That would be bridging between boxes and going into form drawing.
Yeah.
You'd practice modifying forms.
Like,
There's a bunch of good
pulling a
exercises
corner.
for that.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what happens if you like slice this box like this? Then what will it look like? It will look like this. That's now a modified box. Now you can turn this into a mailbox. I don't know. You know?
I thought you meant M-A-L-E.
Mailbox. Okay, I got you. Where do you teach drawing? We teach it here, but we also teach. We have a school. It's an online program. It's called Anime Art School, where we teach you the fundamentals of art in a more cohesive, more organized way. So if you really want to get serious in art, you want to draw your own characters and stories and your own manga, comics, but you don't know where to start at all, this is what we teach. If you find this stuff is helpful and you're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much, you know, we have a lot of content in here as well. And it's basically everything at your fingertips.
I'm
not box, help. Then we just call them box.
That's crazy.
So yeah, like modifying boxes is great. You know, if it's like a torso, for example, like this looks kind of boring, but it's like a good concept of like what happens with the torso. This can turn into this if you know how to morph those forms, right? Right, that can turn into that. It's the same concept. So people are also asking about some clothing rendering. My hair just looks like spines. I don't know why. I totally understand that. You might need to try to vary the thickness, or try to think of them, approach them like leaves or foliage. Like spikes comes from like, you don't really, or like quills. You're using like these really sharp, specific shapes that look spiny. But if you curve them a little bit more, and maybe add a little bit more depth, and use the language of a flower, feels more ribbony. Like this feels more hair-like than something like this. This is great for spiky hair, for sure. But if you want something that's flowy, you might need to start bending the form, flattening certain things a little bit. Maybe make it look like this. Twist it around. I think if you want to draw hair better, study plants. Study leaves, study branches.
Yes.
Study things that are like curvy.
What if you already know the concept of this yet still struggle with it? That's why you have to practice.
Yeah, you have to practice.
You do not learn drawing. Or I should say, you do not get good at drawing by watching something. You get good at drawing by practicing. Like, very, very often it's related to the gym. Your muscles don't get bigger watching people exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Your muscles get bigger breaking them down and letting them heal. Drawing is very similar. You have to actually do the thing. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't learn a technique or learn an exercise to practice, right? Like, I think tips and tricks and classes and lessons are great, but they have to be exercised in order for you to get better at them.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen watching stuff.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot technically about something, but not make any progress, like, in the subject if you don't practice it.
Mm-hmm. What I'm doing with this body right here is modification. I'm just using my center line to show the center, but I'm also using this to show form. I got kind of like a torso area. Is it easier to draw chibis than normal ones? What do you mean by normal ones? Do you mean like normal people?
Generally chibis have less complex volumes.
Yeah, you can have... I mean, this looks way easier than drawing full body, right?
Like a drop.
Yeah.
Any advice for making master studies worth it? Like analyzing an artist's technique to use them in your own art? I would say I started getting a lot more benefit out of master studies when I started studying them for specific things. Generally, like, how do they group their values? Or how, like, what is their composition? Instead of, like, doing a master study and trying to get every single thing out of it, like, oh my gosh, the brushwork, oh my gosh, the perspective, oh my gosh, the anatomy, oh my gosh, the clothing drawing, oh my gosh, the, like,
everything.
Try to do a master study where you focus on, like, one or two things total.
Yeah.
Like, but, I mean, you're going to get better at doing them if you just do a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it actually has to be practiced. It's like, what would it be? It's like going into a dungeon, trying to loot every single thing off of every single monster. It's like your inventory gets full and you get overloaded.
That's very true.
Like,
you get
go
encumbered.
into a dungeon and you're like, I need this particular item.
Yeah.
Maybe you pick up some other items along the way, but it's like, focus.
Focus. Specific focus.
Definitely, like, specific focus. You're going to have more growth if you apply all of your focus to, like, a less broad of an area.
Mm-hmm. You know, kind of going back to the question of, like, is chibis harder than normal people? In a way, yes. But if you draw normal people, you can add them to chibis and stylize them and make them look more like this rather than something really simple like this. So, like, it depends on what kind of chibi you're going for. If you want something extra simple, you're going to use extra simple forms. If you're going to go with more developed, you might use more of your realistic anatomy or realistic body drawing. And it might look like this. The plushy body type.
There's, like, a lot of those vending machines that have this type of style.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Fingers are the ones I'm struggling with when making hands. How do I improve? Try to break them down into simple forms. Like, when you're looking at a hand, don't try to go with, oh, I gotta go into detail. Like, is this a box? Is this a cylinder? Which one's easier? And break it down like that.
You guys should start counting the days in a row you talk about torsos. I can't count that high.
Oh, I can't count that high. We constantly talk about it, you know.
But it's good. Like, I mean, it's a very important subject matter.
Oh yeah, everybody wants to draw torsos. Like, I mean, most people's portraits or illustrations is like this. So it's natural for you to like want to know how to draw torsos. It's very much like that's kind of the subject of the illustration a lot of the time, you know. Can you show how to draw shoulders and then arms? Let's see. Tips for drawing torsos. That's funny. What type of brush? This brush you can find on our Discord. Drawing May Academy Discord. It's in the resource share channel. And it's in the pinned message. I would say if you want to get better at drawing hands, just don't avoid them. Like, I know people have been asking about hands, fingers, all that stuff. Your best bet is to try to include at least one hand per illustration or per drawing. Like, even if it's just a doodle, find ways to have your hands interact with the face or whatever. And then you will get better at drawing hands.
Oh, that's a good question.
What's a good question? Let me hear it.
When doing a study, do you just pull out a reference and do your best trying to draw it, or is there more to it?
That's a really good one.
There's definitely more going on underneath of the hood with studies. At least I think really effective studies. For sure.
Yeah. I guess, are you going to think about more about that answer?
Yeah, I just didn't know if you were in the middle of...
Oh, no, I'm not in the middle of anything.
I mean, it really depends on if you're studying, what you're studying, but generally speaking, like, if you want to learn how to draw from imagination, you're probably going to do studies, right? Studies would be like, I'm looking at something and trying to understand it on a deeper level, and you understand it on a deeper level when you actually recreate it and, like, reverse engineer it. So a lot of this time, studies won't look attractive.
Yeah.
Right? It's like solving, like, a lot of the time it'll be like solving a math problem. It's like, if you're breaking something down in order to understand it, don't try to focus on making it look pretty. Focus on extracting as much information as you can.
Yeah.
If you're doing a study of an artist, why are they making the decisions that they're making? What are the specific decisions that they're making, right? Like, a lot of the time when I do studies, I'll literally have a note, like a list of notes on the side going, they do this, they do that.
Yeah.
I noticed that, I noticed this, I noticed that. Like, labeling things and breaking it down analytically can really help. But again, it's not every study. Like, sometimes I'll just put something on my desk and do a quick little study of it.
Yeah. Like little side notes, like, oh, this artist does hair that looks like this kind of style. I'm just using hair as an example. Or they imply shadows with black.
Yep.
And it looks like this. Oh, but in the middle, in the lights, maybe they add like a little bit of stippling for texture. Like, that's like a little micro study that you can try.
So, let me see.
Thank you, Dahlia. What are your normal times you go live? Let's start following along with you guys.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Yep.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but we will go live a lot of other days as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if I'm going to study...
Ooh, that's cool.
Someone asked about this earlier on stream. I doubt they're here anymore, but, like, if I were to study this artwork by Tsutomu Nihei, who's an artist... This person. We'll just put their little thing right there. I would immediately notice that they're clipping their values.
Clipping.
So basically, anything below a certain brightness, they're turning black. They're using it in like a stylistic way. So if you were to make like, I don't know, a gradient, right, from white to black. So let's just go from white to, I don't know, black, right? If we have like a gradient, they're basically going anything, let's say, beneath this is automatically black, right? So,
yeah.
And like, I already noticed that just looking at their work, right? So like, you'll just notice like a lot of their cast shadows, a lot of their shapes are very dark. Like, obviously they're using perspective and stuff, right? It's like, looks to me like mostly 1 point perspective here. right? If I draw on top of this, I'll go, probably their horizon line is about here. And their vanishing point, probably about here. Yeah, looks like it. This is not quite on there. Maybe like a little bit further. Let's use this one here. You'll notice that, like, even professional artists.
Maybe it depends on the camera as well, perhaps.
Yeah. Maybe we'll put it right about here. That one's more accurate. Okay, so let's check it. See, these are not going to the same vanishing point as well. So that's fine. You'll notice that it doesn't even need to be perfect, right? Like,
it just needs to feel like it has space.
Exactly. It needs to feel like it has space. So what they're really doing is they're just, like, creating this illusion of depth through converging lines. Like, oh, we got this, right? And then this is turning. So it ends up being kind of like this curve.
Ooh, that's cool.
Like, this is kind of turning away from us. This is a cool compositional element. Like, this right here, that's cool. Like, these two pipes. It's like, I'm just kind of like breaking it down. Like, I may not even come away with an artwork, but I'm studying it. I got your subject matter up here. They're dark, framed with light. It's like a little window, right? So we'll go, oh, that's kind of cool. They've got this shape.
Oh, that is a really cool shape.
That's cool. Yeah. They're framing it, but it's not like an exact frame. It's kind of like a shaped frame. Like, that's cool. So I just learned something. Maybe in a future artwork, I'll frame a character, but I won't use a rectangle. I'll use a designed shape, right? Like, oh, that's cool. I just learned something. Like, that's what I get out of studying. Like, I will look at the decisions that an artist makes and go, that's really interesting. Maybe I'll try doing that at some point. And so I'm, like, studying their perspective. And it's like, how do you study the perspective? Right? Look at that. That doesn't even go to there.
Interesting. It's like
studying, learning. What?
It's like even artists will have these little inaccuracies, but in the end scheme of things, it doesn't really matter that much. Like, it's fine to be off a little bit as long as you get the message across in your artwork.
Exactly. And like, this is they made this.
Yeah.
They made Blame, which I haven't read. I don't know it, but their style's really cool. Like, their stuff is nice.
It kind of feels retro.
It feels very retro.
I like it.
Interview, and I would just look up various artworks of theirs, and I'm like, okay, they like to clip their values, which is like, again, once it goes below a certain level, it gets cut. That's like clipping, right? If you're familiar with like clipping in games, it's like when an object maybe intersects another object, like this sort of thing.
I think clipping's or the concept of that is really, really cool. Yeah.
Right? It's like it clips through it. That's like what I mean. So it's like, as soon as the value goes below this threshold, it turns black. And everything gets masked into black. That's cool, right? It's like, that's how I would study an artist's style. Like,
it's almost like a filter as well. Like high contrast filters or low contrast. Like, it really just depends. What software does Colton use?
Oh, I'm just in Photoshop right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is a sick piece.
I like that one.
And I'm just looking at it, right? Okay, I noticed that they're using hatching to show this cylinder. So this is a cylinder right here. Right? Cylinder. Obviously, they can draw in perspective. They're not trying to prove that they're not trying to prove that they're a perspective master. They're making a comic, right? They're making a manga. So it's like cylinder going this way. They like using cylinders a lot. They like having these planes with like windows on it. Like, that's cool. I like that. I like this. They've masked the people back here. They've masked them, right? They're not all individually separated out in their entirety, right? It's like, oh, that's cool. So you got like a person right here, and it comes down, and then it's like, it's a whole mass. And then there's like, oh, there's another person sticking out. And maybe like, here's their head. That's cool. And I'm like, I don't even care if I'm drawing it well. I'm like, studying it. Here's a character back here. That's kind of cool. You know, there's another character sticking out back here in the back. That's pretty cool. So, like, that's sick, dude.
Yeah,
you
it's
go,
really
like,
cool. That could be just a concept.
Yeah, like this. Characters and their heads. All of this is, like, grouped. And then maybe you can go do your own artwork on the side and try to apply this principle. Obviously, these characters are silhouetted against a very light background, right? It's not like they've come in here and gone like this, right? Like, they're not rendering it at all. It's just almost white and black, right? They're not doing that. It's just observations of studying a style. And if I'm studying a style, like, that may be one of the things that I'm doing. And I'm not just trying to, like, copy the image, which I think there is value in.
But copying just for the sake of it is kind of
Exactly.
like not a waste of time. I don't like saying it's a waste, but
it's not as
effective.
Yeah, it's like not as effective, right? So it's like, okay, you got a cylinder and you can just do these micro studies. Like, okay, we have this cylinder, maybe this is like the topology of it. And it's like, this is really, really cool. Like, this really, like, obviously the hatching is like going along the cylinder. Like, that's so cool. Love it. A lot of people do this, by the way. And if you study a lot of artists, you'll go, oh, like, almost everybody does this in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not, they're not, like, shading the cylinder like this. They're going along it like this.
That could actually look really good with hair, too, for a specific style.
Yep. I was just drawing a picture earlier today.
Yeah.
And I noticed that in the Bodyguard manga, they do that exact same thing with hair.
Yep. It's cool.
And, like, here we go, hatching. So they have, like, this and that.
How many of you guys have read
Cool.
this manga? Blame?
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
really nice stuff. I really like this artist stuff. They got sick stuff.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of doing, like, a little micro study of this as well.
So, yeah. You can, and, like, she's doing more of a compositional study.
Yeah.
So what I was doing was more of, like,
Textural.
finding little things that I go, huh, that's neat. Christina's going, how did they compose the characters?
Yeah.
How did, like, see what I'm saying? Like, you can look for different things in the same image. You could do 5 studies of the same image and look for something different every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time.
It's like looking at a really good movie multiple times.
Yep.
Like, if I were to squint my eyes, like, maybe my study would look very different. It would look more graphic. Like, here, this is what I notice when I'm squinting at the image. I'm noticing these particular shapes. There's, like, a mound over here, a mass over here. There's, like, a dark area over here. Here's, like, the 2 people in here. And so, like, now here's, like, a completely different looking kind of study. But it's because I'm using a different way to look at the illustration. This one's more literal. This one's more graphic. Not to say that this is a really good one, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's like an example.
And if you don't actually draw, you're not going to get better.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if it could be the loosest, like, not polished drawing ever. You could do, like, 1,000 of these little thumbnails. You will get a lot better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'll get better at the things that you actively practice and study.
How to do perspective. Can you be a bit more specific, Iva? Do you mean, like, just, like, basics of perspective, like 1, 2, and 3 point? Or do you mean, like, how do you just draw in space?
Yeah, perspective is like a language that you develop.
Yeah.
Drawing in 3D is definitely, it's like a language that you learn. Like, but you practice exercises a lot, and then eventually you get to the point where you kind of feel the space. It's like you're a
Yeah.
3D printer.
Like, you can
like,
you can
oh.
feel this, like when I'm drawing these 2 boxes, this is my grid. Like, I can kind of imagine, like, what grid they're on. That's not right. Let me do this again. Like, do these boxes look like they're sitting in that space? Yeah, for the most part. It's cool. And then you can take that same space and you're like, oh, let's add a person. And let's turn this box into, like, a little town, although I would need reference for it, but, like, me see. Maybe it's like a little duplex. Maybe there's like a door here, and a door here, and there's like steps. Yeah, you've seen those buildings before, right? And so like you can build little different areas based off of these boxes. What is this? What is what? Drawing
I asked that
tutorials?
earlier.
Oh, okay.
Like this in my mind, this is a square.
Yeah. That is
This
a
is a square. In perspective. Like in my brain, I do not see this as a diamond. Like this either. This in my mind is not a diamond, it's a square.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I draw these sides of it, I can feel that square. Like much more of a square rather. Right? Like I'm going, oh, that's the top. This is going up in space. This is coming towards me. This is going away from me. Right? Like that's the way that I think about it. Like this plane right here is also a square. It's a rotated diamond on the page, but in my mind it's a square because I know that I'm looking at it from a different angle. Like same with this. Like this is a square. But it's in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think about it, right? This is a square.
This is hard to keep like just by looking at it and not really understanding. You got to draw this a lot. You got to do a lot of assignments that exercise these things. Even if we're not in your school, are we allowed to join the Discord? Yes. Yeah. It's free. It's public. Anime art school students do get a role that's specifically for them so they can post homework in the Discord. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And on the same note, this is a circle. Right? This is a circle. Why? Because it's in perspective.
Yep.
Like in my mind, that's a circle, and I'm just looking at it from an angle, right? Here it is. This is a circle. Still a circle. It's just you're looking at it from an angle. So doing a bunch of exercises and doing a bunch of perspective exercises help with that. Except in the future, it's not going to be a circle. It's going to be an eye. It's going to be a hand. It's going to be, right, something of the side of a building going away from you. It's not like it's a square, or it doesn't stay a square, right? It's a sword. It's a finger. It's whatever. Like later on, you can draw things. You get better at drawing things in perspective because your brain is starting to think in 3D, and you have to practice it a lot. It takes a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's worth getting started with early.
Are there any challenges? No.
Not right now. Challenges
Not right
just
now.
wrapped up a couple weeks ago.
Yep. How much is the school thing? It is $497.
Yeah, it's basically a college replacement. So if you want to go to art school and learn the stuff that really helps you get better, like perspective and anatomy and figure drawing and color theory and rendering and all that kind of stuff, we have an online school that you can attend from anywhere and go through at your own pace.
These are just examples of stuff that you draw. Let me just turn this war mode off. So like stuff like this. This is like way advanced, but like you would learn all the stuff that is needed to make things like this.
Yeah, that's the end of class 6, by the way. So this is not the beginning of the school. This is after you learn perspective, after you learn figure drawing, after you learn color theory, after you learn composition, after you learn clothing drawing. So she's kind of starting with like the end, but it does start at the very beginning. I'm talking like
beginning, like
1 point perspective, the very basics, the very, very basics. So it is built for anybody who wants to get better. I mean, regardless of who you are or what your skill level is, if you practice the fundamentals, you'll get better at them.
You will. Yeah, you spin the hat. Did you?
I didn't.
Maybe it spin on its own.
Did it magic spin?
I think it did magic spin. Is your school good for beginners? Yes. I would say it is good. I wouldn't teach it any other way. We do start you off, like pretty strong. Like you're learning stuff like this in the first week of our first class, but like this is what I would teach you. Like
Head
you're not
proportion.
head proportions, how to turn it into skulls. I would teach you it step by step, in real time. Like I don't speed up this kind of process. I just do it slowly as I can so that you can follow. And then like you're not just gonna be drawing circles and squares for week 1. You're doing like already you're going into form drawing.
Yeah.
Which is going to help you improve in the long run. Even if it looks bad, don't worry about it looking bad. Like that's not the point. The point is to practice. The point is to understand a process and then keep repeating that process until you get it right or until you get it more comfortable. Like I really wouldn't teach any other way is the thing. Some people would be intimidated, but like once again, this is for serious, artists that really want to improve or just want to like really get better. So like if I want to draw human heads, I start with this process. I figure out, what's the form of the head, which, okay, never mind. I'm running out of room. Let me extend the canvas a bit. Some people were asking about like how to do human heads. And I would say start simple. Find out your volumes. Your volumes is the sphere, which is your cranium. It's this. Right? It's this right here. Right? Don't think about all the little details. Jingle, jingle. No, don't think about those details. Think about, okay, what's the next thing I see? This is a plane. This is a plane. So we're automatically starting to think in boxes. Right? I don't really necessarily draw like boxes straight up, but like, this is the concept that I'm thinking about. Heads are hard because they're morphed forms. Like they're modified forms. It's this. But you can use a simple box to show the concept of something.
Art should have no rules. It doesn't, but the real world does.
The
And
real
if you
world
want to
does.
represent the real world, it helps to understand how light and shadow and form work.
And materials and all that stuff.
Obviously, you can do whatever you want. There's no rules. You can draw
No.
whatever you want, and they are not going to throw you in prison.
No, exactly.
Like, there are no rules, like, by definition.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we're not talking about rules of art. We're talking about things that tend to happen in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to represent real life, it helps. It helps to know stuff.
Yep. It does help to know stuff. Like if you want, it's almost like you're creating a story, right? Yes, there is no technical rules in storytelling, but if you want people to be immersed in your world and make it feel like real and all that stuff, like you got to know how the structure of certain things are, and then you can create your own twists. Like what's the structure of a mystery versus what's the structure of a romance? Like same thing goes with heads. Like what's the structure of a head? In the end, you can know the structure of a head and then just say, screw it, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
But there's still structure, right? There's still technically structure. You're just changing the forms and you're not making it realistic.
But you're right. There are no rules.
There are no rules, yeah. It's just...
Like, not with art. Like, but the real world works a certain way. Like, if I flip the light switch on and the light bulb comes on, I can see the room. If the room has no light, I can't see the room.
Yeah.
It's like... Real world has physics. They're reliable. You can trust them. You can depend on them to do the same thing every time in a predictable way. And learning those things can help make things that people believe. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to. Like, it's completely optional.
Yep. It is completely optional. That's why there's abstract art.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why there's installation art and modern art, right? If you want to go there, you can go that route. Absolutely.
Shading techniques? What kind of shading techniques do you mean? Like hatching and
soft hard edges,
different stuff like that?
It's like you'll notice that almost every head that I've been drawing, excluding the ones that I've been having fun with, I start with a process. Like I start with that sphere, I start with this center line, proportion lines if I need it. I'm not ignoring the fundamentals at that point. Still using it.
How to draw a car? I don't really draw a lot of cars. I drew one recently. Doodled, I should say. But cars get broken into basically 3 parts. There's like the body of the car, there's the tumble dome, which is the top part, and then there's like the wheels or the wheelbase. So I tend to find that if you separate a vehicle into those components, your car drawing will improve a lot. I don't really. This is the only car that I drew recently. But you'll notice that. Where's my pen? Here it is. Nice. Yeah, you'll notice that like you could start with a ground plane. You could draw the body of the car up.
So they said understanding. Like, I sketch and stuff good, but I feel like I have novice understanding of shade. You probably need to understand how light and shadow works on simple forms.
Yeah. I would take a basic rendering class. Learn how light interacts with things. In terms of, like, light is pretty simple. It travels in a straight line. That's it.
Yep.
And it bounces off of things. And it gets weaker when it bounces. So if light is hitting something, and it sounds so dumb when I say it, but like it's important to think about because you take it for granted in real life.
Yeah.
But when it comes to drawing, you have to consciously decide.
Yeah.
Like, if I have a I don't know, a box, right? Here's my box. And I have a light that's coming in this direction. This is going to be in light. This is going to be in shadow. Because when light hits something, it gets lit. Right? When light doesn't hit something, it doesn't get lit.
The moon.
And then yeah, exactly. And so it's like, here's that box. So we'll go, this side is lit, and we have to decide, like, what value is the box? Maybe it's a gray box, right? And then, well, if this is in light, then the dark side must get darker. So there's a technique that people use called half to black, and it basically means, oh my gosh, look, 6, 7. So you basically take the lit side of your object and you divide it in half. So halfway between 67 and black. Let's just put it at like 33 or 32, all right? This is an industrial design technique called half to black.
Very useful.
That tends to be the shadowed side in direct sunlight. It's a good starting point. I would say more than anything, it's a good starting point. What they teach in school. That's what I teach in my classes. That's what I use in my classes when I'm rendering. So the local value of an object in the light, halfway between that value in black will generally be your shadow color. It's a good starting point. Of course, value grouping and compression tends to really, really, really change this. But if you're talking about just sheer rendering, it's a good starting point. So all these are done with that. They're hand-drawn. I painted them all with a basic round brush. And you'll see that all I do is I take the light and I divide it in half and I get the shadow. I take the light and I divide it in half and I get the shadow. And then this one is divided in half between these two because it's kind of facing away. So if we have, like, I don't know, a box like this, and let's say we have a lit side. Actually, let's leave that there. We have a lit side divided in half. We have a shadowed side. This is literally like the basics of rendering. This would be a 1, 2, 3 read because we'll have 3 values. So we've got a lit side, we have a shadowed side, and then halfway between 67 and 33, maybe we'll guess about there. We'll just kind of divide it in half. Right? So we have this. Watch this, right? I'll make this bigger so you can see. I will go, here's half. Here's half of that. That's my second side. You'd learn this in a basic rendering class. This is a good starting point. In no way am I saying this is everything. This is a starting point. Starting point. There we go. And guess what? Maybe this right here is just tilted up a little bit. So we'll go, oh, let's just make this a little bit darker. Maybe this is like, tilt a little bit. You can vary it just a little bit, right? Oh, there's maybe like a triangle here. Maybe we get a little bit darker.
This is
right
a good
there.
question. It says, how does this have to black thing work when using colors?
It's value. It's based on color. It's not based on value.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, half of, I don't know, if like a yellow object, for example, let's just go. It is a really good question though. Boop, 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 boop. Let's just say we have like, I don't know.
Red box.
Yeah, see? So I go to my value right here, and I divide it in half. So 79, we got what? 40. We'll say about 40.
30. Yeah, 40.
We'll say about 40, right? And then after I choose that, like this color sucks, right? Because all I did was make the same color darker, and it doesn't look very good. Now, obviously, you can do that. So you go, oh, there's that. Let's just say here's an 80. Here's half. And then we go half again. So you could technically do this.
The values are correct.
Yeah, the
But it
values
looks kind
are
of dull.
the values are correct, but the colors suck. So we could take these colors, keep the value the same, and we could have some temperature change, right? So maybe we'll make this a little bit more purplish. Maybe we'll make this one a little bit more purplish, right? Maybe we'll make this one, and it depends. Like, this one's up to you. I'll keep the value the same, but I will change the color temperature because it'll create a little bit more interesting of a read or of a color dynamic, right? And maybe I'll just round the corners a little bit.
Oh, cute.
Right? There we go. So, like, it's really a great question, but the answer is that it wouldn't change. It would be the colors that change. The value would pretty much stay the same, right? And then, of course, I don't want this on...
Ooh.
I want this on a background, right? Maybe we'll go, all right, so... And then again, getting a cast shadow, halfway to black.
Thank you, Fishy. I'm so glad we have Fi as our mod. Doing our job. So you shift the hue a bit when making the halves?
Most people do, yeah.
Yeah, most people
And
do.
the reason is because in real life, the light is bouncing all over the place, right? The light hits a rock and the rock bounces a little bit warmer. Like the odds of a light coming in. You can do this in real life, by the way. Like, that's why bad photography exists. Light comes in and it hits this object. Let's just do this. Right? And it bounces up. And now this object has absorbed some of the colors and it's reflecting some of the other colors. So now the light coming off of this object has kind of a reddish hue to it. Now, whatever object is up here is going to receive some of that reddish hue, right? Like, that's why the color of things change. Is like...
A lot of environmental factors.
There's a lot, exactly. There's many different environmental factors. So let's just say, you know, we have a sphere here, and we render the core shadow on it. But guess what? Maybe we have this shadow, right? And then what happens to the shadowed side of this sphere? Well, it's receiving some of that bounce light, right? Otherwise, it's like the moon. It's going to be black when it's in the shadow because there's no bounce light, right? Like, color change is caused through variations in colors as they bounce around, and you have other light sources and all kinds of stuff. So very, very, very rarely in real life will you not have at least some kind of color change between the light and the shadow. It just doesn't happen very often, right? Like, the light's hitting my mouse pad, the tablet, the keyboard, the shirt, the Labubu, the sound panels, right? So it's like sometimes there's just light bouncing around. And that's why when someone tells you, like, oh, you always use warm for the lights and always use cool for the shadows, it's just not true. What if you have a cool light with warm bounce? Then that's not true at all. So it's like the only reason that you can see into the shadows is because there's bounce light going in there. Now, what color is the bounce light? Or what color is the secondary light? So I'm going to take this sphere,
like,
and I'm just going to go...
It has both the properties of bubble and gum and rubber.
Yes. Absolutely.
I could eat this cube.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a dynamic thing. It's very, very dynamic. Meaning it changes based on context, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to change a lot based on the context. And of course, this shadow is horrendous.
What if you wanted to add a green bounce light on the box, like grass or something?
Then it would cancel out the red and it would get more gray. Mm-hmm. So that comes into like color theory and stuff. Which is, there's a phenomenal color wheel by James Gurney. Gurney. Color wheel. There it is. I love this color wheel. Okay, so the box is red-ish. Let's just say maybe it's like right here. And then we have grass. Let's just say the grass is like here.
You said, welcome to class today. We'll work on the light bounce on the Labubu study.
Yeah. So the odds are that if green grass is bouncing light into the shadow, the odds are that your shadowed side of the box is going to be somewhere along this line. So what I can do is I can go, okay, green grass.
Ooh.
Okay, and now we have blue sky. Let's just say there's a blue sky out, right? So we'll make the shadows, again, we're going to go halfway to black. And then we're going to probably come a little bit cooler. Just because the sky's cooling it down. So let's just do this. There's my shadow of the grass, even though...
it's on a wrong layer.
Oops. Okay. Okay. There we go. So there's a shadow of my grass, right? And we'll make it grass. Look.
Ooh.
And then we'll just vary the color a little bit.
It is interesting because I feel like you decided that the light area was going to be quite simple in comparison to the dark area.
Okay. And now when we get green light bouncing onto this red, the odds are that this red is probably going to get more desaturated. Right? It might even turn like orange, like desaturated orange or something, right? So maybe we'll go in here and...
Because the green probably isn't going to be very strong against the red, you may end up just getting that gray.
Yeah, it might just be like a little bit more gray. And then the same in here, like we're probably just going to get a little bit more gray, darker, maybe something along the lines of that. That's how I would start. If you're really confused with it, you could set up a little simulation in Blender. It could help.
Gotta find a red box on grass. Although I don't know if the lighting's all that good on some of these. Not really that great.
No, I might do something. I'm just trying to I just want to show the form. Actually, I'm going to do this differently. Watch this. Corner of the box.
Ooh.
I'll go back to my other brush. So, corner of the box, let's just go boop, 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 boop.
Well, bright.
Could just do something like this. This will probably get hit by quite a lot of the green. Not a ton of it.
Ah. And different colors will respond to colors differently as well. Like white, for example, like absorbs a lot of, or like reflects back a lot of light or color.
Yeah, so the white will turn more blue generally because it just absorbs so much color. Like white absorbs a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But like blue won't absorb a lot of other colors. Not as much.
You render so fast. It's because he knows what to do.
I just have to do it. I'm not like guessing. I'm not spending a lot of time guessing. I'm just picking the thing and then putting it down.
The logic.
Right, and I do a lot of these. Like even on my art station, I have little studies and stuff from imagination that I do sometimes that are just for funsies. Like where is it? Is it in here?
Probably.
It's got to be like this. This is all from imagination. Like I just kind of play with different light and color and materials. Like there's reflective materials and there's matte materials in here as well. So like I experiment a lot with this kind of stuff.
And this is something that he does in anime art school as well.
Same with this. This
That
is another
room.
one that I did from imagination, and I'm just like playing with the colors and the rendering and really trying to understand what's happening exactly. Like this is far from being refined, right? And it doesn't have any materials yet either.
We'll show it later.
Sure. Like if this had metal on it,
Ooh, metal.
the metal like
The metal would reflect that green, but it's not because it's like a bounce light. It's because it's the literal reflection of the grass.
yeah, and so it could be maybe. I mean, it literally would probably even be like really, really, really reflective, and then maybe we bring this up and over, maybe like that. And we'll like maybe have the sky, and it's like really reflective metal tends to reflect a little bit darker than it is in reality. And then we'll probably have a little bit of the Fresnel effect happening down there as well. Whoa. And it's like what's happening on the horizon line, like maybe I don't know, maybe we'll do like
a cow. I'm kidding.
trees or something.
Trees would be
in the
great.
distance. Trees
We'll
are
just
relatively dark. Well, most trees like the ones that I'm drawing are relatively dark.
Wow, it looks like metal.
It like starts to achieve the quality of metal, and then of course I'd probably want to integrate it. So what do I mean by that? Well, metal doesn't just sit on the surface. There's going to have to be a material change, like
Or like a transition
actual,
area.
Yeah, an actual transition. Like maybe this metal is like embedded. Is it a metal strip? Right? Maybe there's even like a wave in the metal, like right here. So what would that look like? Like a metal
Like it's
wave.
on top of it.
Yeah, like it's bulging like this.
Oh.
Well, this would reflect the ground. This would probably reflect the sky. This would be in perspective.
It's almost
This
like you're
would
treating
reflect the horizon line. It's a cylinder.
Yeah, it's a cylinder.
It's a little chunk of a cylinder.
It's like you're treating the light core and dark and ambient occlusion shadows as like the reflections.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And then
It's cool. Whoa.
maybe we have like a, I don't know, little highlight or something.
Wait, that's so cool.
And then like, does this wrap around and go under? Well, in that case, maybe we have like a little shadow here. And again, if this is grass, like we'll probably want to do this sort of thing. Like a little metal strip on this, like a little bulge. Again, like this is, it feels just a little bit light to me. I don't have any like direct like reference that I'm using, so I would probably want to find some better reference.
Sometimes I feel like I'm too old to become an artist. Like I should have started years ago. I was a hobby artist, but I still suck at art. It's a very common feeling to have.
It's common feeling, and you literally don't need to worry about it at all. Like if you're doing like, you're not too late to enjoy something. I think the idea of being behind, as opposed to what I would always say, it's like, okay, you feel behind. Behind who? Because like if you're worried about being behind, we all lost. There were masters that lived hundreds of years ago, so we're all too far behind if that ever existed.
Yeah.
Like behind who? Like people that are alive today? What about people who were alive hundreds of years ago? What about like Sargent?
What about Da Vinci?
Yeah, like what about Da Vinci? What about Sargent? What about all of them? Like why are we not behind them?
And you also have to realize that these artists have different lives. Like some artists just started out very young. Maybe their parents really wanted them to have a skill ever since they were a kid, so they had tutors, you know. Or some artists who are like in their 30s, they're like, I'm gonna just decide to practice and commit, and then they make a lot of progress than what some people who started younger as. You know, it just depends on your trajectory. There's people who start off very young, but then they fall off later on as they get older.
Yeah, people's lives are too different to be able to compare.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
It's like you're trying to compare to the idealized version rather than like what's realistic, you know.
Yeah.
I'm in my 30s and I really want to be an artist for my own stuff, to make YouTube thumbnails for myself. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's really good. Well, I mean, it's just learning the fundamentals, you know. Like sometimes art is a lot of it like it's a marathon, and it's like trusting the process, like understanding that the more you learn about the stuff and try to apply and do like your literal best, like you will improve.
So this applies to glass too?
Glass.
Kind of a little bit. Not like it kind of applies to glass, but the thing is that glass is see-through. Metal,
Metal reflects.
yeah, it reflects. Like it's a strange material that takes on the properties of anything that's around it. Glass is like it will get highlights and speculars, but it is not. But it's see-through. It doesn't take on the colors. Like there's actually a specific slider in 3D software for metallic.
Yeah.
Glass is more like it's a reflective material, unless it's like frosted glass or foggy or something. But it's more like it's see-through.
Frosted glass sounds so yummy. Frosted flakes.
They're more than good.
They're great.
But anyways, like this is kind of how I think about like rendering, and in my mind I'm doing this. Right? This is facing the sky. This is facing the ground. This is facing the ground. This is facing the trees in the distance. This is facing the trees in the distance. Right? This is facing the sun. This is facing the sun. This is facing the sky. And so I'm really just painting what it's looking at. Like this is what I do. You want to know what I do? I pretend I shoot a BB gun at this. And where does the BB bounce to? If you ever had a BB gun as a kid and you shoot things with it, you'll know that the BB bounces off. And you're never supposed to shoot something that's going to bounce back and hit you in the eye, right?
Ouch.
So I go, if I shot a BB gun right here, where would it bounce to? It would bounce up into the sky. That's how I think about this. I had a BB gun as a kid. I shot everything. Like rocks, don't recommend it. You know, trees, targets, little plastic army men. And it's like wherever the BB bounces to, that's where what I'm getting a reflection of.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is more reflective, you'd probably see a little bit more red down in here. Maybe like that.
Yeah. You know, another thing that's kind of going back to the age thing, like I think people get worried because they want to be like a master by like a certain time. But at the same time, it's like being a master at something requires many years of work.
Yeah.
But thing is, like, you don't have to be a master in order to be happy with your art currently. Like, some people, I mean, a lot of times people are just comfortable with where they're at, or like they're like, you know what, I just want to get to this point. Like, I just want to be able to make my own stuff. I don't have to be the best, but I just want to be able to make my own stuff, and I know I'll get there within like 5 years of hard practice. Like, that's like, if you told yourself that you would get there at 35 with a lot of hard work, then that doesn't feel late. You know, you could get to you could get to a certain level, but you don't have to be the best. You can just be like, yeah, I can make my own stuff now, you know, which is a great goal to have. What if you start at 35? That's fine too. There's many people who start in their mid to late 30s. Like it's.
Yeah. If you're alive.
If you're alive, you can start.
Like,
exactly. If you're alive, you can start.
Yeah, if you're alive, you can start. It is a very interesting.
I understand because it feels like, you know, life is so short. You wanna get so good. You wanna make your own comics and all that stuff. But like at the same time, like that's just not something that you can control. Like whenever you start is wherever you start. Like, would you rather have never started at all versus like you started but like and you're practicing? I don't know how to explain other than that. I think some people would, because like, oh, I'm 40 but I really want to draw, I should just give up because it's too late.
Nah.
No. Yeah,
I don't share the belief.
I don't share that belief either. It just probably feels discouraging because of these preconceived ideas of what you should have done, but like that just only makes you more depressed rather than just making art.
Yeah. You're never too old to enjoy a hobby or to enjoy doing something or have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think just even in the practice of doing anatomy studies is super fun. Like, I remember I was like, man, I have to learn anatomy. Like, but then I changed my mindset. I'm like, you know what? That's what I really want to do. Like, I could get into this. And then you start realizing that practice is actually really fun, especially when you're learning new things and you're like, oh wow, I was able to make this metallic thing feel metallic and not have to struggle all the time. Like I follow this process and it really changed the game for me. And now I can make more stuff. It's like leveling up, I guess, in a game. Kind of like that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that too, Whisper. They said, I believe if you truly care about something, you can never be too late. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we went to like a painting class, and there were like people in their 60s painting.
60s and 70s taking their very first painting class.
Yeah.
Cool. Really nice to see.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's great, you know, for people who actually do want to be artists and pursue that in their 30s. I think it's great because you're actually not neglecting what you truly want. Like, yeah, in your 20s or whatever, in your teens, like you were just exploring the world. You're probably, I mean, you were probably just doing teenage stuff. Like you probably didn't know what you wanted, but now you do. And then you're gonna sabotage that by saying, "Oh, it's too late for me." I don't know. I just think that's a bit sad. But you know, I know that people have their own beliefs about these things. You know. When I used to go to watercolor classes, there were a lot of older people. Yeah, absolutely. How long have you guys been doing art for? All our lives.
Yeah, everybody in their 30s and 40s and 50s are like, oh no, is it too late? And then all the people who are older are like, crap, I better start or it's gonna be too late.
Oh, I shouldn't have laughed at that.
I mean, it's true.
I know,
like,
but
that's what a lot of people do. They'll like spend their whole younger years worrying.
That's
and
true.
then when they're not actually in their younger years, they'll be like, oh no, I need to start that thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because past me was too dumb to do it. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. We've definitely seen that as well.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. I'm just in random stuff now.
Mm-hmm. I've always been into art, but I had low attention span and I didn't do anything longer than a few minutes. Now I can actually sit down and study. That's awesome.
That's great.
That's really good.
It's been a good little while since I painted. Oh, I'm doing my...
You know, another thing about... This is just my experience as someone who did just draw all their lives and started as a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, yeah, I drew. And I only had, like, a little bit of drawing knowledge. But, like, I feel like a lot of things just went through my head because I just didn't have the brain energy or the brain power to understand those things. Like, fundamentals, I didn't understand what that even was as a kid. Like, so, like, just understand that when people are, like... Yeah, kids can learn faster. But the understanding may come a lot later, like in their 20s, because their brains are more developed. I didn't understand a lot of things, even though I drew a lot as a kid. I just guessed my way through. And even when I had classes, I just didn't really understand it either because I just couldn't wrap my head around it. So, like, generally people who are older, they can understand concepts easier, just because of the brain development, and also just because they also understand that experience takes time, especially if you've learned a skill throughout your like job or whatever. That's another thing. So like there's always good and there's always positive things as well. Oh, that's so cute. Is that like a little charm? Oh, that's so cute. What is the fastest way to improve someone's drawing besides always practicing?
Always practicing.
Always practicing.
You don't get better without practice. Like, you don't get stronger without exercising. It's like going, I want my muscles to get, obviously there's steroids. It doesn't really work with art, but like, I want to get stronger. How can I do that without exercising? It's like, you have to practice to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say if you really, really don't want to practice, maybe ask yourself why it's so important that you get better without practicing.
Mm-hmm. Not gonna lie, I actually might just be guessing now that I think about it. Yeah. A lot of the reason why people don't know how to render, people don't know how to draw hair, is because they're guessing all the time. Like, they don't know how to draw bodies, is because they're just like doing things the really hard way. They don't have a process. They're like, oh my gosh, I can only draw things from top to bottom, and they're making their jobs harder because they think that it should be this way. But like, no, like artists learn a process that makes it easier for them, you know? Yeah, absolutely. Like I was guessing all the time as a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, I don't know, drawing and not thinking. I was just drawing what I liked and just focusing on the feeling of what drawing gave me, but I wasn't thinking, oh, where's the light source coming from? Oh, what are the folds doing? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just like it, so I'm just gonna draw it.
Yeah, which is great.
Which is great, absolutely. It's great to have that feeling, absolutely.
It is definitely great to have that mentality.
Mm-hmm. Like, there's a time and place for that. I'd say like when people just are drawing for the first time, that is a great thing to have. Like, just focus on that feeling. Like, focus on what makes drawing fun for you. If you start thinking too much of, oh my gosh, I have no idea how to do fundamentals or lighting or whatever, I'm just gonna quit, like, then you might need to change tactics. You might need to change mentalities. What got me to continue drawing for the rest of my life is I just enjoyed it a lot. I just focused on the enjoyment because I just had fun, and no matter how bad it looked, I didn't think about how bad it looked. I just thought, I just want to draw it. I just wanted for it to come to life. It was only until much later did I decide, oh, I want to get better. I want to actually make this feel like more realistic. And that was when I was older. But yeah, there is definitely a very good time and place to just enjoy drawing for what it is, rather than trying to make everything beautiful, right? You're learning a new language. So think of yourself like a baby learning a new language. Like, when babies first talk, they were just babbling, like, they're like that. But you don't say, oh, you're speaking wrong, because they understand that a baby has to learn how to make noises. And then as they grow older, they have to learn the concept of language, and then that's when they create words. Like, you got to treat yourself like a baby who has no idea how to speak, and drawing is another language. That's what we talk about all the time, is if you want to learn the language of art, you learn the fundamentals, perspective, anatomy. But you don't have to chastise yourself or punish yourself every time that you say, oh, I can't draw this well, I'm going to punish myself. That's just another way to, like, not make drawing fun. Which is, drawing a lot of the time is mentality. It's mentality and also just practice. I don't know where I was going with it, but I was very passionate about it, so I just started talking about it. But yeah. Yeah, we can just mute that person, by the way. They're just being negative.
Uh-huh.
And they're just being like, no if it draws that person.
Oh. I don't know.
No, I know you're not. I'm watching a bit. How do we gauge how much the local colors are affected by the environment?
It depends on the material. It depends on what the color of it is. Like, if it's white, it's going to be really affected.
Mm-hmm.
That It really depends. This is why studies are good. Do studies of various things. Put different colored objects under different lights and do a bunch of studies, and you will absolutely start learning that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. How to improve in semi-realism art.
Fundamentals.
Fundamentals. Learn how the world works, and then stylize. That's what semi-realism is. How do you approach rendering characters in complete shadow?
It's not in complete shadow. If it was in complete shadow, it would be black. The sky is the light source. And so I'm rendering this character under a very soft light, which is coming from the blue sky. So if I have a floating sphere here, what you get, and it's white, what you get is probably something like that. And then this face is down. And it's going to be very, very, very soft. If there was no light, there would be no vision, right? You wouldn't be able to see anything.
I think that's like the other thing where it's like people take light for granted.
Yeah. People definitely take light for granted. Mm-hmm. The only reason you can see anything is because of it's getting hit by some sort of light.
So is this where you use soft edge?
Oh, yeah.
Is drawing shapes the most foundational approach when you start drawing?
It depends what you mean by shapes.
Do you mean forms like boxes, cylinders, spheres? Ooh.
Because that would be forms.
And they said yes.
But
yeah,
perspective?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say dimensional drawing is one of the very, very important fundamentals. Because, like, if you can't draw it, you can't render it. Because rendering requires the drawing. Or it requires the ability to draw it. So, I mean, technically, if this sphere was right here, it would probably be getting hit by some light. Maybe like here or something. I'm not really sure exactly, but...
Photoshop is now $60 a month. Any software recommendations?
I usually don't recommend Photoshop to people. Only under certain circumstances. A lot of people like Clip Studio Paint a lot. Procreate, if you have an iPad, is pretty good. Krita is completely free. We'll just do that for now.
Yeah, that's cute. I'm usually never here, but I'm usually here but never talk. But I gotta say, you make everything make sense. I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Star.
Ibis Paint is free too. Yeah, Krita's free, and a lot of professionals use Krita as well.
Yeah, I've met one professional that uses Krita for their work.
What are those books on your table? I'm sorry to say, but the table's
this
fake.
table.
But speaking of books, we do have two books, two how to draw books that we published. Krita, Krita. That's
yes. Krita.
So this is our first book, How to Draw Manga. Unless you already have it, then you don't know. You can just ignore it. But this is our second book, How to Draw Characters. These are two books that we published. You can get these on our TikTok shop or on Amazon. We love these books to death. We try really hard to make these tutorials on here as well. How do you stop line clutter when trying to draw bodies? That's an interesting way to put it. Like
reducing line clutter would come from like more confidence in knowing where something goes.
Yeah. I think like for instance, if you're drawing bodies and you're drawing like a torso, for example, know where the top, the shoulders, and the hips are. This gives you the top and the bottom of a torso. And then you're no longer going like this. Shoulders, maybe. I guess this is where the chest goes. Now, where does the hips go? And then you actually make it too long. You're like, no. Shoulders is here. Pelvis is here. I've made my decision. And then you make the next best line, which is, could be, if it's bent, there's going to be a simple side. You do it in one stroke. You do the more curved side. You put one over the other like this. Okay, now we got something that has form. Now you add your center line. So like each stroke is very deliberate. There's no guessing, which looks like this, right? And some people, they'll be like, oh, I guess there's a belly button right here. And I guess I'll add, so you see that my lines are very much searching because I don't know where to put things. But here, I'm like top, bottom, this connects here, this connects here. There's a halfway point in here. Now it feels more deliberate, feels more confident, less lines. Oh, my head. Let's just say it's about here. Tick marks. Tick marks are great. Helps you a lot. So like, if this is the size of my head, does that feel right? Maybe it should be a little bit smaller because I need to give room for the neck, perhaps. Okay, let's try it. Let's draw a little oval. So instead of going like this, where you have no idea how wide it should be, you can ghost. This is a great technique. If you want to draw smoother circles or smoother ellipses or whatever, you go like this. You ghost, meaning you just draw in a circular motion in the air until you're comfortable. Boom. And then you drop your pencil while you still got that motion in. And each stroke, you do it in at least one stroke. So like you can see how clean this is. Oh, legs? Well, how long should the legs be? Depends on the pose, of course. But let's say I'm going to just guess where my straight leg is. So if I want my leg to go like this, maybe I'll draw a line right here. And I'll place my first best guess. Does this feel long enough? Generally, the lower body is about the same height as the upper body. But I know that this body is a little bit squished, so I might need to just make it a little bit longer. Yeah, that's about right. Maybe the foot can be over here. Okay, now there's my like second line. Now how do I want my other leg to go? Do I want it bent like this? That could be kind of cute. That could be, now you're starting to create a pose, but now you have like a benchmark. You have the easiest point to reference from. So like this leg right here is the easiest. It's the straightest, easier to find measurements from. If you start with the bent leg and you don't know where the other leg is, it'll be very hard to gauge the length. So this easiest line that gives you grounding, and then halfway is the kneecap. So like, okay, if I want my upper leg to be about the same height and I want to taper this in, I'll draw this line, measure it against this line. Okay, that feels about right. Then I'll take this line, measure it against that line, push it over here. And now we got two legs that are about the same size, and one doesn't feel too long or longer than the other. Maybe this one could be a little bit shorter because it's going back in space, but you can make those adjustments as you need to. And so each stroke is deliberate, and I do it in one stroke. So that's how I would reduce line clutter. And then the more that you add these forms in one stroke, like you know what cylinder to use here in this situation, you know what cylinder to use in this situation, you get less searching lines. That's takes time, but that's just in my experience how I've seen my own process like change. Because I used to be the type that does this. I used to start from the very top to the very bottom, and I would kind of just guess my proportions. But this helps me to not guess as much. Do you do art for a living? Yes. Do you know how to do male anatomy? Yes. We actually have a TikTok on it, how to draw a male torso. It's a lot more, it's a lot older, but it's good.
Sam Does Art gave it a 10.
I think he gave it an 8, actually.
He gave one of your male torso videos a 10.
Oh, maybe he did, yeah.
He's reviewed like a bunch of our videos.
He's reviewed a bunch of our videos, yeah. So like, yeah, this is what I would teach in our MA art school. It's like proportion, then form, then more complex forms, and then adding anatomy on top, stuff like that. This is exactly the same way I did this. Proportion, structure, gesture, just giving myself extra tick marks to make my job easier. And then forms are a breeze. And once the forms are a breeze, adding the anatomy on top is also like a lot easier. Do we need to learn the whole anatomy for beginners? Not necessarily. Sometimes I would say for beginners, like learn the forms and the proportions of the body. Anatomy can come later. Like if you can just get your bodies to look, like a body like this, like understanding the general curves, the overall perspective. Most people can just draw bodies, and this is perfectly fine for a lot of illustrations. It's only when you want to draw very muscular people, very toned people, is when you would need to have a little bit more understanding of anatomy. The anatomy that I teach in our anime art school is actually more on the basic side. I know it looks kind of intimidating, like there's so many names and stuff, but like this is actually the most basic of the anatomy stuff. But I wouldn't recommend you learn this like straight away. I would recommend you doing stuff like this. Keep it simple. And once you got the hang of this, proportion and forms, then you have enough mental space to add anatomy and learn that. You can do torso studies, you can do leg studies, arm studies. And I give you the process of how I do that. You know, this is all starting from simple forms and simple proportions, and then I add muscle on top. That's the process that I use. So I don't draw this straight up. Like my process is rarely like this. Deltoid. I guess there's the triceps. And maybe that's where the bicep is, like, and I don't know. I don't start like that. I always start with proportion. Proportion, then form, then on top of form, then muscle. It's just easier that way. How do I find these pics? These are in our anime art school. The only way that you'll be able to find them is when I show this to you on screen, because I don't provide them. But if you were to take anime art school, you would have these sheets. And you can check it out here.
You can find stuff like that online as well.
Yeah.
It's not like we invented anatomy or anything.
Mm-hmm. I struggle hard with the ribcage and pelvis, but I'm assuming that's from me trying to draw without references. Oh, absolutely. You have to have reference. You would need to have reference. This has been such a big help. I literally love you for this. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, I mean, we go live very often, most weeks. Oh, that's so cute. Is he holding like a little stick? Oh, so cute. And we teach a lot. You know, this is our passion. That's why we have our school. We can't teach everything on live. We teach a lot of similar topics like bodies, hands, heads, some perspective, but we can't teach everything. That is very nitpicky. Or not nitpicky, that's very like niche. So we cover a lot of that in our school if you want to get better. That's why we created that program.
Yeah. You'll notice that the proximity of the ball is known through the ambient occlusion, which is this little occlusion shadow right here. It tells you exactly where the ball is at in space, and then reinforced by where this stick is, so you can see that it's like... That's the perspective of it.
Mm-hmm. That looks so cute. I love that.
I had to size it up a little bit because it was kind of small.
This feels very like retro game. Like I remember I had this like obscure nostalgia game growing up on my DS, and it was like this robot, and you get to like explore the world as like a tiny little robot. I just don't remember what the game is called. It had a very whimsical feel, and this piece kind of reminds me of that.
That's cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah. How can you do crazy poses without looking too unnatural? You would need to understand how the body behaves. What are the limits of how far arms and legs can go, or how torso can go? Like if you're obviously breaking the legs, like it will look very unnatural. You can look at very flexible poses and see how they're how the limiter or the limiting parts of how they move. Like you can look at those. There's particular angles. What's the age group and the price of the school? We recommend at least 13 and older for the school, because this is a serious drawing class after all. And the price is $497 for the entire thing. It'll take you about a year to get through the entire thing, probably more than that.
Yeah, it's designed for you to go through it in 3 terms of 14 weeks.
Structured like very similar to like a college.
Yeah.
So it is called Anime Art School. It's on our profile. You can check it out here.
Yeah, you can also check it out there.
When do you use the egg and rectangle shape when you draw torso? Anytime, really. I mean, some people use it all the time. I use it whenever I feel like it, really. Like, it's a great way to overlap forms and say, hey, if my egg is up here for the rib cage and and we're facing up at it, like, okay, now I'm going to draw the box and the box is overlapping the egg. Like, yeah, it's a great way to do it. It's really for anything, really. And then you connect. You can also do it like, oh, like you're tilting the rib cage a lot more. And maybe you're twisting the side of the pelvis a little bit more. And you get something like this. It's great. You use it in most situations. When it comes to angles, yeah, I mean, you're just moving your camera. So, like, if you understand what the ribcage egg looks like from different views, then you can draw it in different views. Like, this is probably what it looks like, you know, from very above. And underneath is the pelvis. Like, your body may just end up looking like this because your camera is facing at the very top. Like this. Right? Now, you don't really see the egg in here because there's, like, obviously things like shoulders and chests and stuff. But, like, for the most part, the perspective would look like this. If you're looking extremely below at it, like this, you're probably going to get the box that looks like this here, and then the egg is, like, really, really foreshortened. That's probably what you're going to get. That's how I would say, like, that's how you would do it in different angles. How do you draw side profile? Struggle with that. Our latest video is actually about a side profile, so you can check that out. It's on our TikTok page.
This is looking more like metal now.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
It's just a reflection of the environment.
Just covered rib cages in the art school and was really surprised how well combining the proportions with the cubes and then slotting the egg for the rib cage in worked. Made it way easier to understand. That is awesome. That is
great.
awesome.
Well, I love hearing that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that circle on the rib cage, the pit of the neck hole, is kind of hard to see, but it's kind of like a cylinder that's at an angle. It's kind of like that.
Here, you can show it if you want.
Yeah. So, like, if I have the room. So, like, here's your egg. The reason why the circle right here is this way is because the neck goes in at a general angle like this. So this bottom part right here is that neck hole. And even in the side view, the rib cage kind of looks like this. This part is kind of angled. It's not really straight. You don't really get a neck that looks like this, or else your spine would look really weird. So this is more natural. This is very unnatural. How does one choose good colors on a art piece?
Think about the relationship of the colors.
Yeah. Think about the relationship.
Like, you don't choose colors so much as... It's
What
like,
the
I don't know how to
is.
explain it exactly. You kind of can choose colors if you want. But, like, the colors need to have a relationship that makes sense to your brain. That when a color feels good is when your brain goes...
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. We did cover some hair earlier, Lily. We also have a lot of hair TikToks and a hair video on YouTube. This is our channel, Draw Anime Academy. I have a specific... ooh, okay. Never mind. I wrote this in a weird way. Academy. I have a designated hair video for you to watch if you want to see the immediate information about that. I'll be doing a watercolor in a little bit.
Oh, are you? You should probably get started.
Yeah, I should actually just get started on that right now because it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to be doing some traditional art. Feel free to continue asking some questions, although I don't know if I'll be doing any demos because I'll be doing this.
And I'm just doodling them.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a watercolor for someone who got an anime art school during the watercolor promotion. Very, very cute character. I wonder if Rin is here. But if
Rin,
not,
are you here?
I don't
saw
know.
them earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the character. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Oh, and the violin is so cool too. Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to do the violin, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It'd be cool to add it. It'd be cool to actually paint it. Let me think. Are you more on traditional digital art? I do digital art more often. Just because it's more easily... I get to fix things easier. But just because I do digital art doesn't mean that you need to. Like, if you prefer doing traditional, like, then by all means do it. There's a lot of people who just stick to traditional.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people.
Mm-hmm. How to draw water?
Water's one of those things that's almost entirely dependent on the environment around it. It's like metal. How do you paint metal? You don't. You paint the environment around it.
Yeah.
In the metal.
Yeah.
Like this.
Look up holding water.
This strip right here is only metal because it's reflecting the environment around it. That's it. It's only metal because of what's around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's reflecting the sky. It's reflecting the trees. It's reflecting the grass, and then it's being mapped onto it.
Okay, I think I might be able to draw this violin. This would be really cool. I never drawn a violin, but it really helps to know the basic forms and perspective, honestly. All right. Okay.
There.
I think it gets a little bit smaller towards the end.
You haven't really drawn violins before.
Yeah. Okay, I think I got the better shape now. I had to really tuck it in a bit.
Do you paint clouds or rice? I do paint both.
They're kind of similar, actually.
Funny
Rice.
enough, yeah, clouds are very similar to rice because they transmit a lot of light. Like, a lot of light will go through it. So the shadows won't tend to be all that dark, and you'll tend to get a little bit of illumination coming from within. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
How long does it take to study anatomy? However much time you want to put into it. It can take years if you've never done it before, and you've never drawn before, because like you would need to understand how to draw. It would take probably, if you know how to draw generally, and you just need a process, it might just generally take a few months to about a year. It just really depends. I can't really say how long, because everyone's journey is different. If I were to say, oh, it takes about a year, but then obviously you don't get it done in a year, then I would be like, that would kind of be betraying that expectation. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix this part a bit. Do like the bottom part. I also think when people ask that question, I think regardless, it'll probably be a not very satisfying answer, because years seems very like, oh my gosh, but it's gonna take forever. And if I say months, it's, oh, that also takes forever. You know, some people say, I wish I could just learn in a day. You know, I wish too.
Yeah, it's like a very results-focused question.
Yes, exactly.
Which can lead to nothing but disappointment.
Yeah.
I mean, with something that takes so long.
Yeah.
Like the subject, like a complicated subject like anatomy, then people have different expectations.
Yeah. And people have different ideas of like, what does mastery mean as well.
Yeah.
What about color theory? Same thing. Like, it's just, if you mean like how long does it take to learn it, depends on how many hours and how you're learning it and how much you're practicing it. There's multiple factors. It's like, are you practicing it? I mean, first of all, how are you learning it? Are you learning a good process that helps you to break things down? Are you practicing it? And how long are you practicing it for? If you're only practicing it like every once a month, you're gonna get that result. Like, you're gonna get every once a month result. So if you practice it, you know, to the best of your ability, like every day, then you probably get there faster. But everyone has different working stuff, you know. They have different lives. So if you only have an hour, then you just max out. You just try your best to do as much as you can in an hour. All right, let's see here. I think the time frame questions is just kind of another way of just procrastinating, and you just need to get started.
It will definitely take a while.
It will take a while, but that's okay for it to take a while.
It takes a while. It's too difficult of a question to answer. Like, you can't give a straight answer on that. Like, it will take this long or it will take that long.
Yeah.
The only answer you can really give is probably a while.
Yep, probably a while.
How would I draw rice? Does that look like rice to you?
Yeah, it does. Oh, that looks yummy. I want to eat it. Looks like basmati rice to me. That's so cute. I love it.
I wouldn't draw rice. I would draw the effect of rice.
The effect of rice.
Yeah. Happy. 'Cause I love rice. Yeah, violins are really specific.
They
I'm
are
actually
very
surprised
specific.
You didn't do some warm-ups because I don't think you've ever drawn a violin, right?
Yeah. I never drawn one. That is, I think I just went straight into it. I think that's one of my flaws. It's going straight into it without preparing. I think I just need to get the scale better. I think honestly what I had earlier was fine. I just needed to make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. I'll erase most of this, but I'll keep that in here.
All right, let's. Maybe I do this. This is better. I think maybe approaching it more in this way would be.
Oh, that looks really good. I wonder how you make the hair. It looks clean, but it's hard to draw. I just try to... I've talked about this earlier during stream, but I just try to find the general flow of the hair and what general direction is. Kind of think of it like arrows. And then I just guide my strokes in one stroke along that gesture. Like for me, I want the hair to kind of go like this. So I'm pulling all my hair strands, even the short ones, kind of to that flow. It's kind of hard for me to explain traditionally, but that's my thought process, if that helps. I have a tutorial on how to draw hair in our on our channel, Draw Anime Academy YouTube channel. Check it out. Okay, I think that looks better. What's the brand of your mechanical pencil? Graph Gear 500 Pentel. This is
That's-
drafting pencil.
There's a drafting pencil, yeah.
Kind of just freshly learning how to draw, so I don't know where to begin. It's very I totally understand that. Learning the fundamentals of drawing is what's going to help you to get started. Form drawing is important. Anything that you draw is going to be in 3D space, so form is definitely a very big fundamental skill. If you're going to be drawing people, you're going to need to understand proportion of the body, face planes, body planes.
Yeah, and if you're just getting started and all that sounds really complicated, just draw what you think is fun.
Exactly. I'm gonna draw the body first. Like, draw without any pressure of how you should draw, what you should do. Just get the hang of putting pencil down on paper. And any problems that you do have, like, you'll find answers to. Kind of like that. It's like, oh, I find that I can't draw lines really well. Maybe I'll find some line exercises to help me. Or, oh, if I don't really know how to draw a body, I'll look up some tutorials on how to draw bodies. We have a video, how to draw bodies, and then see their process. And of course, like, it just takes time. What happens is when people try to follow a tutorial, they try to, like, they'll try to follow it, but then because of their skill level, they can't follow it exactly correctly, so then they, like, disregard the tutorial. Like, you are going to be where you're at. Accept that it's all going to look like crap, and that's okay. Just focus on having fun. I remember the very first drawings that I made were just constantly just stick figures. Stick figures, and then they gradually evolved into more like cutesy characters with dresses.
I'm so excited. Oh, hello, generally unamused. I'm so excited for the anime heads to arrive. Nice, we shipped them out today.
Awesome, yeah.
I just finished the intro stuff this afternoon. Nice.
Nice.
Wish Procreate was better at making folders. Yeah, all you can really do is stacks, right? Like stacks
Yeah,
of
just
projects or
stacks. Okay, gotta get rid of this right here.
Yeah, folders within folders.
Mm-hmm.
I totally agree. All right, there. I drew a little bit of rice, I guess.
Ooh, yummy.
Not really good at... I need to get better at, like, indicating the effects of complicated textures and stuff. Ramon Nunez is so good at that. So good at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like... and Li Jin Yin is super good at that sort of thing as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want a how to draw bodies tutorial, we have one on our YouTube channel, Draw Anime Academy. Oh, I'll add a little ribbon here. It's called If You Hate Drawing Bodies, Use This Method. And I talk about like ways to break down the body for both male and female bodies. All right. Thank you, May. Caro. How do I draw hands? There is a hands TikTok on our page. It's one of our recent ones. Check it out. All right. Love your drawing. Thank you. I just followed y'all on my other account. Y'all awesome. Thank you. Are you guys drawing again? You guys are always drawing stuff. Yep, we're always drawing. That is what we do. Bro, if I couldn't draw for a month, I'd probably be very sad. I remember I would just get kind of annoyed if I didn't draw for a few days. You have such smooth hand movement with the pen. That's one thing I struggle with. Takes a long time. I remember I had a lot of shaky lines as well. I mean, another thing is that I've done a lot of these traditional drawings even as a kid. And so you kind of like you kind of like find your own technique with what's best for you. Like sometimes it may just be tilting the paper. Sometimes it must be like just kind of keeping your arm, like your hand, a little bit away from the tip like this. This creates like a harder grip. This creates a lighter grip. And so when you draw from like a slightly lighter touch, like you tend to get sometimes more smoother lines. It depends on the person, of course. Some people's hand grips are different. Well, that's what I've noticed. I have to move my arms a little bit differently depending on the stroke.
Yeah.
What's that? Whoa, that's a cool looking avocado. You show that on stream. It's so cool. Look like a dragon egg. That's so cool.
I'm trying to understand texture better. I was looking at some stuff by Ramon Nunez a while back, and I'm just like, man, that guy understands texture so well. And he commented on my video. Like, I need to get on a more higher level, dude. That's crazy. You mean this?
Yeah, it's so cool looking.
I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah, this is felt tip.
I've never seen someone so amazed by an avocado, bro.
Well, I think the way you're interpreting the texture is really cool to me.
I'm trying.
All right. This is going to be the hard part. But it's honestly not going to be too bad, I think.
I need to get better at this. Okay. Scrolling on y'all's page, it's so helpful. Can't wait to try it. Awesome.
Awesome.
Blah, 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 blah.
very interesting forms that a violin has.
Bro, who figured that out?
I don't know. Okay. Half of it is almost done. Is the watercolor promo over? Yes.
Yeah.
Is this an OC or commission for someone? This is an OC, and it is kind of like a commission. It was for someone who got our anime art school during a watercolor promotion. So basically, when they get anime art school, they got a watercolor of their OC. Okay, this is trying to get a little bit confusing for me, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of erasing.
Oh. Isn't it carved a certain way for music?
Yeah.
It's not carved that way for killing zombies. Oh.
There we go.
The art still looks cool. I just looked awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, if I do say so myself. I do say so. You know. Whatever, dude. This is...
That's cool. Looks like a fingerprint. What if you did a little avocado dragon? And that's the egg.
Still isn't right.
Art school looks cool. I just looked awesome. Yeah, we help teach people and have them learn the fundamentals of art. That is what we do. If you want to draw from imagination, you want to draw your own stories, characters, illustrations, do commissions, and you're like, man, I just want to learn how to do art and in an anime style, that is what our anime art school is for.
So he started a new map in Pal World, or a new world. And we're playing it on hardcore rules. But it's not permadeath. So if we die, or if a pal dies, you can't revive it. It's dead. Dead, you're dead, you're dead.
If you're dead, you're dead.
I'm super excited though.
Yeah.
'Cause it's fun, and it's like really risky, and you lose your stuff. You drop your pals, you drop your gear, all that kind of stuff. I can't play permadeath because if the host dies, the world is over.
Mm-hmm. But you wish you could play permadeath. Is that it?
Yeah. If I was playing like single player, I'd probably do permadeath. Just lock in and don't die. But I'm naming all of my pals, so when they die, it hurts.
I keep forgetting to name my pals.
I can't believe how fun Pal World is. I said it before, but it's like they took all of the best parts of a bunch of great games and turned them all into one game. Ever.
All right. Finished lining. Let me think.
Avocado.
I may be able to fix that violin later. But for now, I think I'll call it and just start erasing.
Dude. Darken is so goated. Look, I just put the brush setting on Darken.
Oh, that's goated. Wait, that's so good. Oh my gosh. Game changer, look.
Game changer.
All right. Line work is done. Looks amazing. Oh, thank you. Will you guys do Roblox again? We generally do before, like, we start our tutorials. Just for as a warm-up. Right. Now it's time to do our watercolor part.
I don't know, dude. I can't draw the stick and texture of an avocado.
I think you're doing fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about.
There's my avocado.
Oh, an avocado. No, it looks like an avocado. What are you talking about? You're saying it's like the worst thing in the world or something.
It's so interesting. They're so quirky.
I don't know if Rin is here.
They're getting bot spammed.
Oh my.
Rin's being attacked by the bots. Bum, bum, bum,
And in fact, looks like an avocado.
Yippee!
I love that. All right. So.
Dude, I love stinking avocado. It's so good. But avocados that are not good, they are not
They're
good.
so not
and
good.
Avocados that are good are the peak.
Peakest.
Dude, avocado and lime and tomato go so well. They go together
I mean,
so
that's why
well. It's
guac exists, bruh.
oh my gosh, bro. Wait, what? Nothing. Just a bot was replying to your comment with a spam. I don't know if it showed up in chat or not. With salt?
I don't like avocado without salt, bruh. It just tastes like mucus. Tastes weird.
Avocado tastes like perfume to you?
What?
kind of perfume does your family wear?
Avocado does not taste like perfume.
Like a little avocado perfume bottle?
Oh, that's kind of cute, actually.
Avocado with Takis crunched over it? That sounds pretty good. I can't have hard-boiled eggs without salt. Oh, yeah. Like,
yeah.
I really like boiled eggs with salt.
And pepper for me.
Salt. Oh, Toby made a website.
Toby made a website.
Tarby.
Ah.
Why was it going like... Dang, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Dang, dude. Looking good. What are you coloring with? These are probably Ohuhu markers.
These are Ohuhu markers. Now, where's a very, very light blue?
I forgot about my drink. It's so cute.
Huh? So cute. Alright, I think what I'll do next is I'll probably use like a lighter, even lighter blue with a watercolor for that.
We're going to stay with Toby for Lightbox.
Yeah.
He lives in Old Town, Pasadena. And we're going to go to Lightbox Expo. By the way, chat, if anybody is going to plan on going to Lightbox, we are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be scampering around. What do you do for warm-up before drawing? I do 2-minute figures most of the time. But I'll also do anime heads. Or you can, sometimes I'll just do something like simpler as well. No. This is all in the wrong page. Okay. There's all of this. And some of these.
And some of these.
And some of these. Lizard. Wait. We are streaming now. Come by. Live demos. I'm just gonna stick this in there.
Oh, that's fine.
Avocado. Yes, Toby's coming by. I just searched why it tastes like perfume to me, and it's because it's too ripe. That'll do it.
Too ripe. I never had too ripe avocados that tasted like. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Dude, avocados are so finicky.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes they're like leather inside. And other times they're just peak. They're
peak.
They literally are like... If you had like the tier list for avocados and you were to have like 5 of them in front of you, it would be like mid, terrible, mid, goated. It would be like that.
Literally.
Avocados, when they're good, are so good. Easily S tier. Bloppity blop. Avocados are great. Thanks, Colton. No, avocados that aren't good are really, really not good. And avocados that are good are literally from heaven. Oh, yeah.
All right. So what I might need to do is...
Wait. Bloppity blop, are you Toby? I logged in. It is!
Yeah, it is Toby!
Tarby.
By the way, Toby,
He's
did
not
we
here.
ever? Oh.
He
not.
said he logged in on the wrong account and needs the BRB.
Oh.
Anyways, what do you...
I was gonna talk about Toby the cat, his cone.
The Toby? The Toby actual 01 real. Toby official.
Toby.
What if some dude, you know someone out there has the account Toby official?
Yeah.
Avocado. Which is, what do you say, avocado? Toby!
Toby!
Lizard.
That's what your message reminded me of.
Lizard.
Why?
Yes. It says Christina's playing Pal World.
What? I shut it off. I'm not playing Power World.
You have your phone out, you're like... running around. Lizard the cat. Has any of your cats ever had to wear a cone, Toby? Because Toby, our cat, had to wear a cone for the last 2 weeks, but it's off now. He's a silly. He keeps sticking his foot in the water and walking around with a wet foot, and then he got like a cut
Abrasion.
on his foot, and because he kept sticking his foot in the water, he got an infection, and he had to wear a cone. He's so...
He's such a silly...
He's just like, you know what I want to do? I want to stick my foot in the water.
Lick it.
And then lick it. And then walk around with a wet foot all day, every day. He's stinking huge, though. He's like 17 pounds. Insane. I've never seen a cat grow so fast.
I know. Speaking of Toby, the cat, I want to snuggle him.
Dude, I'd snuggle the heck out of that cat. Bakery across the street. Oh. What, watercolors?
Art Pop.
Pop.
Have you ever heard the website Brain Pop? Anyone?
Nope. What's
I
that?
watched. It was like it's a website. It's like an educational website. It's like an animations. And my school used to have us watch Brain Pop a lot growing up. It was memories. Me, I did. Yeah, Brain Pop. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't know how many schools recommended that. But it was fun. It was fun watching it. All right. There's that. Did not realize. Okay. I need this. Yeah, that works.
I could be playing Pal World right now.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. No, not you. I'm just thinking out loud to myself.
We'll play Power World later.
You guys have a school? Is it for drawing only? Yep, drawing and painting digitally.
Drawing, painting digitally.
We focus on the fundamentals. Very fun.
called
You don't want to know
Anime
what I
Art
did today,
School.
Christina?
What?
I put pink in the drawing.
That looks gorgeous.
It's
Wait,
not actually
that's
pink,
Jean.
though.
Oh.
It never goes to
It
pink.
feels pink. Yeah. You know, I feel like colors a lot of times as you feel like it's pink.
Yeah, I put pink in the grass today, chat. I don't know if you picked that up or not. Hardcore Pal World?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely hardcore Power World.
Is Pal World not the sort of game you can play in the background and AFK? I guess it depends on how you play it. We're playing a hardcore world.
Yeah.
Thanks, I'll check it out. Awesome.
So
Chat, I put pink in the grass. Did you notice? Lizard. How much are Ohuhu markers? I'm not sure, but we do have a 10% discount code.
yeah, we do actually.
I don't actually know how much they are. They sent us these markers for free. But if you use the discount code, I think it's DrawAnime10 as one word, you'll get 10% off on their website.
This will work.
Technically, we're not sponsored. They just sent us markers and asked if we wanted to make a video on them. But they're great. We literally...
We use them for these watercolors all the time.
They're great. Like, they're legit. Guarded. Guarded. Another thing. They're actually sending us more markers later on. They have, like, a new line of blendable acrylic markers coming out. Like, what's that, dude? What's all that about?
Blendable, huh?
Pink grass. Pal World stream when? It honestly could be relatively fun to try that.
It could.
What about Red Dead Redemption 2? What about it? Pal World is so easy to get lost into. It's so fun. Who are your guys' main pals? Mind you, we've been playing for like 3 days. But
My main pals before we switched to the hardcore was a Daydream, a Daz something with it's a girl with a cloud, a Celeray, a Cap Pretty, and the Mamorist. That was my mains for now.
I use a leaf on. I have a wyvern. Wyvern. What's the blue dragon's name? I use that to fly. And I have a what are those big things? The xenomorph? The things that come down with the meteorites, the big ones. I like that. Oh, and I have a mimic, a shiny mimic. It allows me to open any chest without a key. Quivern, yeah, that's it.
We're talking about Pal World, Mary.
I found a shiny level 70 mimic. Mimog? I just call it a mimic, you know what I mean. And he's pretty goated, he barks.
The designs in Pal World was actually pretty great.
Xenogard? It's like the stinking vehicles in like Grand Theft Auto or something. They're all named to sound relatively similar to the real vehicles.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Like no. It's like the stores in Escape from Tarkov. It's like they're like named like IKEA is Idea.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Like Whackdonald's and McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. They're like avoiding copyright.
Starbucks and Moonbucks. I don't know.
Bolton uses Quiver and Mimog, Xenogard, and whoever else. Like Anubis. But we just started a new world last night. A hardcore one, and I'm excited. We have the PAL permadeath on. I can't wait to play. I'm so tempted to just put real permadeath on. Settings cannot. What if we did? Like, what if we actually did put permadeath on and we just saw how far we can get?
Maybe in one of the worlds.
Could be fun. I have a feeling Colton's gonna keep restarting new worlds. That's because your computer can only run it when you're level 1. I die too fast? Exactly, that's the point. A randomized world? Ooh, we could do a rando world.
A rando world actually sounds kind of fun.
Hardcore rando world. We get immediately
annihilated.
Toby, y'all guys are awesome.
Aww.
Thanks. I'm just sitting here talking about Power World though. How's your stuff going, Toby? Are you still in Art Center? Are you in term right now? Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Term starts September. Bro, you're off forever. I know nothing about Power World. It's a game. Crap. How would I explain Power World really simply?
Pokemon, but with
base building
and survival Pokemon.
Yeah, it is basically like survival Pokemon. Think Ark Survival Evolved meets Pokemon meets Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that as well.
But I feel like the base building is much bigger deal than guns generally.
Yeah.
Okay. The guns are fun though. It's a world full of pals.
Ooh, okay. Ooh,
How do you feel about the guns in the game? I wish they were more rustic. There are rustic guns. There's like flintlocks and stuff in the beginning.
Muskets.
It goes all the way from like muskets all the way to like futuristic laser rifles.
Good.
The guns are super late game. Well, the advanced guns are. Finding out the pals could work genuinely blew my mind.
Bro, my pals are so wimpy that at normal work, they were so exhausted. So I had to put them on relax work, and everybody's now in good condition. Was because we switched to the world.
Have you played Splatoon? No, I haven't. I played as Inkling in Smash Ultimate though.
Okay.
I
Bro,
feel like
I still have ammonia stuck in. Still have ammonia smell.
Bruh. I know what you mean. I feel like Pal World is good proof that a game does not have to take itself seriously to be really, really good. I feel like a lot of big AAA games are too serious. They like try to make themselves too serious that are not like whimsical and silly enough.
Yeah, they try to make it like, oh, it has to be this way, it has to be that way, it has to be this real world shooter. I don't know.
It's either like forced whimsy,
Forced whimsy, yeah.
or too serious.
I feel like Baldur's Gate is a great example of whimsy and serious.
Yeah, I feel like Baldur's Gate is definitely a great example of that. Like the goofiest stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you can like cheese certain things. It's like a lot of these big game studios
They don't get humor.
They don't. Yeah, it's like they don't want players to be able to cheese certain things. Like everything has to be super 100% balanced and fair. And it's like, yeah, but if it's a fun game, people are going to play it fairly and they're going to cheese it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I want to play Baldur's Gate. It's so goofy. It's like I can't believe how silly Pal World can be at times. Like the outfits for the
Yeah, those are
like
cute.
Chill It has
Yeah.
those silly outfits.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's funny.
It is really funny.
Splatoon. There's a lot of lore, super good art direction and music. That's fun. Is Pal World free? No. Dude, Pal World is massive. Like, Pal World has more content than a lot of full-price AAA games, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm very impressed with it. It's really good.
Yeah, oh my gosh, dude, it's very good. Still play Skyrim NGL? I played a lot of Skyrim. Too much Skyrim. Does this anime have a name? It's called Rin's OC.
Yeah, it's called Renzo C.
This art style, what specifically defines it compared to modern manga style? But I don't know, dude, bro.
Oh,
She
this is
just
just a
draws.
modern man. I don't know. I'm just doing like modern anime style. I don't know.
I don't think she thinks that deeply about it. I think she just draws.
Yeah, I just trying a style that I like.
Glad Pal World is doing well. Yeah, me too. It's good.
All right, time to add.
Did you hear about that guy that bought Battlefield like 400 something days ago, and then Battlefield removed his favorite game mode, and he asked Steam for a refund, and they gave it to him? They're like, oh, Battlefield removed my favorite game mode. Can I get a refund? And they're like, yeah, sure.
Wow,
People really like Steam.
they don't feel like that's good.
I feel like GTA 6, or I feel like Rockstar and Sony are really shooting themselves in the foot, announcing all these things that people don't like. I think they're hoping that they can announce all these changes when people are really, really, really excited about GTA 6, so they could get away with them.
Yeah,
They honestly, they probably will. They
because
probably
they want
will get
they
away
want
with a
that
bunch
game
of
so
stuff.
bad, I guess.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay. Man, These markers are so good.
Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. I've seen that one. It looks surprisingly good for how little like publicity it got. I saw Jack Frags do a play test of it a while back. It looked actually pretty good.
There it is. There's the blue I wanted on top of this green.
Are you gonna replace all of the light with it?
Yeah, because I wanted it to be like a. I didn't
blue
want
is the same value as the shadow.
Oh.
Or it's very similar.
Well, I was gonna just cover it over it so it kind of has that multiply effect.
Oh, okay. That looks good.
I wanted that like this blue, but not as blue. I wanted it to be like a cooler, like
The
a
blue that wasn't
greener.
blue?
The blue that wasn't blue, yeah. Because the original kind of has this like vibe.
Does anybody ever use those emulators that play like old PlayStation 2 and GameCube games and DS games? I think they run on like Linux, or a bunch of them do. They seem relatively interesting.
I want to try it sometime. I don't know what kind of retro games are on there though.
I used an emulator to play Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. I have an emulator app on my phone for DS games.
Really?
God of War games.
And then any other darker areas, I always use a darker dark. Okay.
Delta emulator, you've been playing Cooking Mama. That's fun.
Cooking Mama!
That's fun.
Cooking Mama.
I would play some old PlayStation 2 games that I had when I was young. Those would be really fun.
Yeah. Okay. My goodness, these colors are so dark. Okay, I'll just use this. Yeah, okay, that's good. Add a bit of this in the ruffle underneath, separate it out. Add some in here and in here. Okay. A little bit.
Where's that violin? What I feel would, what I feel like would feel good. If you use markers along the form of the violin.
Ooh, I think I know what you mean.
Like you got your thing or whatever, right? Like this. Like here's the violin form,
Yeah,
and you maybe use like the markers, like.
Oh, that would actually be really cool. Okay, I gotta try that. Keep that on there just in case if I forget.
Looks like a lot of the time I'm making up. There's also like a little bulge around the outside like this.
Yeah. There's that little corner
Ridge.
area. Yeah, ridge. Okay. Outfit is done. Wait.
Like that sort of thing.
Yeah. Can emphasize these folds a little bit.
These are Ohuhu markers. Kind of awkward to say that like word.
Ohuhu. Sounds like that. So there's that. And now time for the violin.
Pack of coyotes outside. I need to go and get rid of them. Bye-bye. I
um,
totally know what you mean. Every stinking place we move in Arizona, there's coyotes there.
Okay, I need like a violin reference of color. But first, I need a color in the dark parts.
Oh, I forgot I left OC submission open.
Oh.
Been open for days, bruh. Days. Drunk. Funny.
Okay, then there's that. And then there's that. And then there's this.
Crap, dude, we still need to get that Minecraft server set up.
Bruh.
Or like a Pal World server, bro.
Mm-hmm. I like Power World. I like all the... I really like the designs of each PAL. Okay. I need to find the lightest brown ever. This'll do.
Lightest brown ever.
Which is an orange. But I'm going to use that as my lightest light. Okay. Dang, this is actually really smooth on the other side, too. Yeah, the chisel type.
Don't underestimate the chisel.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna leave a highlight.
Yeah. Dang, bruh. Works really good. And this all goes down.
It go down.
It go down. Strokes go down. Okay, there's that. Now.
Thought it was there for funsies. Yeah, I mean, I never closed it. It doesn't really matter. Have you been here for OC drawing before? I haven't seen your character before. So you must be new enough that you haven't been in OC drawing. That's a really fun character, though.
That is a really fun character. She's like a Starfire vibe. She's cool. I like her. I like her. We need more mommy characters, honestly. Okay. What's that? Are these all two? Yeah, that's two spaced apart. There we go. Yeah, that's better. And then extra darks in these corners. Okay. So this is the part where it's gonna be like a little bit tricky. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this part. Okay.
Hey, dude. We are 410 YouTube subscribers away from 50,000.
Dang, really?
Moving up in the world, bruh.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that YouTube doubled their requirements for monetization of a channel, chat?
I'll do
What
that
do you think
later.
about that? If you weren't cooked before, you are now. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. I kind of like that, like, really dark and then kind of more... Looks...
What are the requirements? They doubled the watch hours from 4,000 to 8,000. And then shorts, they upped it a lot, but we don't really post that many shorts on YouTube, so I didn't really pay attention. It's Fred. Fried. Will you play Draw Me? I'm sure at some point in our lives. I saw that, OMG.
Okay. And then I forgot to add the little bits. Where the heck is my FH? Gotta add those little swirly bits.
Oh, no. Like S.
Yeah.
I would triangulate
Oh,
it's right up there.
yeah.
So it kind of lines up with like this thing right there.
Yeah, okay. I got you.
And then it goes down. I mean, I don't know if that one's accurate.
As long as it looks accurate enough.
You're already monetized, you're fine though? No, you'd lose it if you don't get enough watch hours in a year. We're good though. Like they upped the requirements from 4,000 watch hours to 8,000, but we get like 12,000 even on just like a normal year. But normal. What?
Okay. I'm gonna use a slightly darker brown because I feel like these browns are just too dark. Open!
You missed the process. You can go watch it on the YouTube channel. It's all recorded.
Yep.
We have the same username on YouTube.
Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. Okay. Alright. This is nearly done. I'm just gonna probably add a few things like some blue petals in the air. I'll use some phthalo blue. Some of this. Just go like this. There we go.
Pretty.
Blue flower petals. I don't know the name, but I'll have to put it later. But this is done now. I don't know if Rin is still here or not, but that is done.
Bryn says, this looks amazing.
Oh, awesome. So glad you're here. Yippee.
My name is Alice. A-L-I-C-E.
Oh, Alice. A-L-I-C-E. Okay. Gotcha. Cursive. I love the name Alice. It's so cool. Such a pretty name.
My name is Alice. You're all
Oh.
going to die down
Oh, yeah. That's right. Resident Evil.
That was, yeah, Alice. Fun. Dang, we should watch all those again. They're like a guilty pleasure.
They are like a guilty pleasure for sure.
Do you have any tips for making simple backgrounds look complex or full? Definitely planning on where you intend to get people to look and then adding detail to those areas. I don't know why this is over here.
I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out.
Things don't... There's a reason that, like, certain things look detailed and certain things don't. It's like putting stuff that you can look at in the areas that people look. Face, hair, hands, certain details. I like to think about it as like a roller coaster with multiple stops. Like, you create pathways between little focal points. Like, you plan out an area that you want people to look, and then you create a pathway to the next area you want people to look. And you do that in like a, not like a circular motion, but in some kind of a closed loop. And it'll feel very detailed.
Yep, I'm done with this piece.
Oh yeah, noise.
I think it turned out really nice. I like all the frills.
Look at that, bruh.
Thanks, Fico.
Bruh.
That one's definitely my first. That was definitely my first violin drawing. Go. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. I looked at the face, the violin, and then the hand in that order. Hey, yeah, that's like a nice compositional read. How much are the classes? It is $497 for the entire thing, not per class. It's a one-time payment, and you have it forever. It's like an art college at your own pace. So it has a bunch of different classes and stuff. You guys share your playlist? What song is this? It's nice. It's on Epidemic. It's on Epidemic Sounds. That is interesting. Someone said I looked at the violin first. Now it makes me curious. What do you guys look at first when you see this piece? Because I feel like it's a cool little survey. The details on the everything are so nice. Oh, thanks, Lizzie. Yep, all good. Yeah, if you want to, we cater to people who want to draw from imagination, their own manga, their own stories. Like if they want to be able to do that in the future, but have no idea where to start in their art journey, that is what we do. The eyes, face, then violin, her shirt. Interesting. The blouse because of the frills, and I absolutely adore frills. Interesting. Actually, I need to darken the frills a little bit more.
Oh my god.
What?
Damn. I went to continue a streak and it's 16 new messages.
Wow, you're so popular.
No, from one person.
Fox?
What do you think?
Yeah, it's probably Fox.
It's just a spam of a bunch of videos, dude.
There we go. Now it's probably more clear. The hair, the bow. So you guys look at those things first. Interesting. I love it all. Nice.
All right. Awesome. Are you teachers? Yes.
Yes, we are teachers. We were just doing some lessons earlier during stream. It's currently on YouTube, so you can go watch that as well. Draw Anime Academy on YouTube. We post most of our educational streams. And we also have a school. Boop. Check it out here. Was there a Draw Me session? Yeah, in the very beginning.
Oh, hours ago.
Hours ago. Ba, ba, ba. Yeah, you're welcome. Ruffles on the shirt, nice. I like how supportive you two are of each other's work. Aww. I appreciate that. I like comments like that. What?
Do it. Do it.
As a violinist, the bow grip is wrong, which is distracting. Love the rest of the piece, though. I appreciate it. I'm sure that I didn't get all the details right. So to an actual violinist, I probably would see those inconsistencies. Does the anime art school allow students to do art battle and the winner takes something from the loser? No, we don't do that.
I don't know what that even means. You mean like Food Wars?
I mean, Food Wars. I don't even know how we would organize that. I have to make this not so. There we go. How long have we both been drawing? Both since we were kids. Thank you, Lau. Hunger Games? I'm just kidding. Hunger Art Games? That actually would be kind of crazy, though. But the thing is, I wouldn't even know what would be considered a loss or a win if it was in that situation.
What about that story that
Yeah, it's
Lemler-
497.
Lemler told us about how he kept entering this one art competition online and winning it over and over, so they made it so he couldn't join anymore? Remember?
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that.
Dude, I would. If you're gonna win like 4 or 5 grand, I would just join. I would be like an OP artist that just joins competitions over and over.
I mean, like, the work's good. So, like, of course he would win so much, you know? I love your art. I'm kind of jealous. Well, it takes a lot of hard work to be there. And I feel like if you put in the work, you know, you can get there. It's not like this natural talent thing as much as it is the practice. Are there any challenges? No, not. The summer challenges already ended.
Yeah, not right.
How do you do the line art? Carefully. Yeah, kind of carefully, actually. You're basically moving. If you're gonna do smooth line art, you do confident strokes that aren't too fast and too slow. It's like, but because if you're doing like traditional line work, you have natural grit from the paper, so you naturally have some stabilization. Is he still drawing the avocado? No, he's continuing his metal rendering.
No, I'm just drawing a metal ribbon.
Coffee asked.
Pulled this out a little bit.
It looks cool. Would it be possible to get feedback on my art, or do I have to join the classes?
We don't do feedback streams very often.
Yeah. Rare. But if you want, like, actual feedback for homework from classes, we do have a mentorship program called Anime Art School Live. It's in the site. Drawanime.com, Anime Art School, the yellow button.
Yeah. I don't honestly enjoy doing just free feedback sessions on streams that often. I don't find them very enjoyable. So I do the things that I do for free. I prefer to do very enjoyable things. Painting, teaching, that kind of stuff. Critiques and feedback and mentorship stuff. Like, it's a lot of work. Sometimes we'll do critique streams and feedback and stuff, but not that often.
What did you use for the line art? I used an FH, Faber-Castell FH pen. Now, where would we buy the shirt? Looks so good. We're still coming up with test prints for that shirt that Colton's wearing.
This one,
Yep. I think so, at least.
probably.
Colton is using... What's it called? Photoshop. How much is the book? Generally around like $26 or $27 on Amazon or on TikTok shop. It depends if they're having a sale or not. It looks like an illusion of detail. From far, it looks detailed. It looks simple zoomed in. Yep,
I mean, that's what everything is.
that is what everything is.
That's certainly all painting. Like, you can only go so detailed with a painting, especially if you're doing something like traditional. You're drawing like 3 inches tall.
Oh, went with the shirt on the anime girl. Oh, I got you. I got you. I don't know, probably some like frilly dress shop. I think Ronan is wondering how you use that, how you blend with that smudge brush. It's a smudge brush that he's using.
Yeah, it's just a smudge. Like a brush that has scatter on.
Yeah.
I didn't make it myself.
Yeah, it's a made brush from someone else. You could get the same effect with an airbrush, like, but you just like kind of pull them back and forth. Like you could take the color of the light, the lit side, and blend it into the shadow side, and to soften the edge. But smudge kind of just does the same job, but just faster. It looks like a thick metallic fabric material.
Thick.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the thickness?
I don't know, I'll get some that edge. That's just shadow. Never mind.
I'll thin it out a little bit then.
Okay, yeah, there it goes. Changing the hue color is difficult for me in practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is difficult. You're doing it right. It's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep practicing. My little metal ribbon. I like this better.
Yeah.
I like updated the design just
I like
a little
it.
bit. But you can see that like you can create the effect of metal pretty easily, which is like what direction are the things facing, right? This is facing up. This is facing to the side. This is facing up. This is facing down. And you just have it correspond with that.
My smudge like really smudges, but it doesn't blend the color. You might need to just... Colton is blending on the actual layer of where the colors are. So like, I think that's what he is using. That's what he's doing. So maybe because you're using the smudge on a different layer that has no color. That's probably why. Does gold reflect too? Yeah. Depending on how polished it is.
For sure. Gold is metal. It's a metallic, so it's going to reflect.
What drawing platform are you using?
I'm just drawing in Photoshop. I actually kind of like the just hard strips.
Is that a birdie with legs? He looks so happy, like a badminton birdie. It's cute.
I was thinking of it. Like, I know that badminton birdies look like actually this is like bigger.
Are there any classes you update if any of them were outdated techniques? Yeah. We do update them. In fact, the first 6 weeks of Anime Heads and Faces has been updated. And I plan to continue updating.
If I'm not mistaken, they kind of look like this.
I got a wave of tiredness. That's so cute.
Actually, they might look more like this.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Well, they are feathers, aren't they?
Yeah, there are definitely ones with real feathers. There's ones that are like plastic as well. I've never drawn one before. I kind of just remembering.
The updated versions literally dropped as I was getting to the end of week 6. Oh my.
Double practice.
Yep.
No. I feel like the avocado turned out.
I think the avocado looks really,
Not too
really
bad.
good. And the bowl of rice looks really good too.
This one, yeah, I never really finished it, but anyways. All right.
Well,
There's other variants other than the feather one. Yeah, there's plastic ones and all kinds of stuff. There's ones that light up that are like blink lights and all that. They don't last that long if you hit them hard. Oh, all right, everybody.
have a good night. We're probably gonna head out. And Lau asked if we're gonna go on game night because she wants to see how Power World is.
Maybe. Yes. I mean, you're welcome to join. You have mod privileges, so you can get in channels that are already at the limit.
Oh yeah,
of
Lau
users.
does have mod privileges now.
Good night, everybody. I will see you later.
Later.
We will stream whenever. I don't know. Who knows, dude? Maybe never.
Maybe.
All right.
Bye
Bye, everybody.
Soon. Bye bye.
Have a good night.
You guys have Twitch? No. We don't.
Good night, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye.